Hello, I'm ABX Toycat, and welcome back to another live stream on the internet. Today, I am placing some torches all over my Minecraft world. And by all over, I mean we're going to pick a particular section. We're going to be placing the torches all over there. It's going to be real great. And also, I'm just going to quickly make sure I get something checked to be good. Okay, it's all good. I always get terrified whenever I hear from like a mod in the chat like, hey, check your messages. I'm always like, oh god, what did I do? Am I secretly naked? Do I just not know it? Like, am I, you know, right behind me is my, I don't know, my private ID number. Not that those are a thing, but I like to convince. You know, I'm in the UK. Do you know if there are private ID numbers here? There could be if, you know, if you're not British, which is about 10% of you watching. We could totally have secret numbers that identify us. That could be a thing. What if that's on the stream? But yeah, I'm always like, it's one of the most terrifying messages is like, hey, check something private, because it's like, oh, what's so terrifying? What's so bad that it can't come out here in a public forum, you know? Because, you know, like, things that I won't say privately are things that I, you know, like, they're all scary things. Things I wouldn't tell someone else privately is a thing. And then if it's like, there's an urgency, again. These are my nightmares. My nightmares are just people saying, hey, something you need to know. Why you know you're telling me to check my phone, but I'm very confused what you mean by that. Like, what are you doing? What is going on here, you know? Just realized Americans say forum, not form. It is a forum, not a form. Like, a forum is like a discussion place, right? Like the forum of this Minecraft live stream. Which seems weird to say when I say it that way. But yeah, I checked, I didn't see a message. You gotta like, you can't just say check for messages without saying where or what or why. And you also gotta chill. Anyway, hey Andrew, check my Twitter because it's hilarious. Isn't it interesting though that like one misunderstanding can, boy, Twitter. Okay, you know, I'm scared, I'm confused. What is going wrong here? I'm checking Twitter, like, what have you what are you telling me about? You can't, this is a live stream. I'm talking to strangers here. You gotta like, you haven't sent me I'm like genuinely like offended now that you're just like, check something. What am I checking? What is the exact? You haven't messaged me. It's not on my DMs. It's not on my mentions. What are we talking about here? I really don't know. I'm just so lost. I'm just check. Like, okay, you know, just to any mods here, please. Just, if you want to message me in future, you gotta tell me from your assistant, Goof. Oh, she messaged me with an idea for a future stream. That wasn't like urgent right now, was it? We just delayed the live stream by 5 minutes. Why was that? This is that thing where I need to be like, okay, I'm gonna just pretend this didn't happen, and you can all pretend with me. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about when I'm saying like, oh yeah, it was a message I'd already read that I was a bit like, we spent. Okay, wait. Oh, okay, wait. We got it. So, what is the? There is just one saying this is good. Like there's a thumbnail for a future thing in here. I'm checking it. Like, what is so urgent that it's gone through a stream? What is the secret? I don't know. You know, I don't know. And I feel so bad for the 1,000 people here. I've just spent 5 minutes going down a goose chase, and all we concluded was that, oh yeah, I got a message saying something like 10 minutes ago that I'd already read, that I just spent 5 minutes trying to get to. I don't know why that like breaks me as a like. The normal thing to do though would be like, oh yep, I am all good, but because I'm like trying to respond to someone correctly. Like I think this is an interesting thing about conversation, right? Should we just start? It's good now, I think. I think when you're responding to people, there's two ways you can respond to anything you ever get. There's the fast response and there's the correct response, right? Actually, let's start the live stream again. Hello. I'm IBX Toy Cat. We weren't streaming before just now. But there's something, yeah, this is the start of the live stream right here. I'm not like, you know, extremely worried about, you know, like, being told to like urgently check something that isn't urgent is like, that's like cardinal sin. That's like right up there with saying that, you know, gravel is an acceptable building block, etc. You know, those are on the same level, in my opinion. But yeah, there's something interesting about talking to people. I find it interesting, at least, that whenever you have a conversation, you're doing like one of two things all the time. You're giving a correct response or you're giving a fast response. And most of the time we just accept when people give you like a fast response, right? It's just like, oh yeah, you ask someone, what's your favorite color? Blue. You ask someone, hey Toy Cat, what do you think the best block in Minecraft is? That's another one, like, you know, like, how am I gonna give you a correct one on that one? But, you know, there are lots of questions where you can't actually have a particularly correct answer on the spot. So you have one of two choices. You can spend a lot of time coming up with an answer on the spot, or what most people do is I wouldn't even call it lying. I'd say it's like an approximation, right? Like, what is 19 times 147,000? I don't know, like 3 million roughly. It's nowhere near 3 million. It's an approximation, right? It's a good enough, I guess. It's not too far from the truth, so it's not entirely a lie kind of an answer. And oh, that's not correct at all, I don't think. But the interesting thing about those, like, oh, this is definitely off, by the way. I don't know when this became off, but these being at 200 is incorrect, because this is 206. Okay, well, you know, the incorrect goes way further than I thought. But yeah, basically, I'm bad at accepting fast responses, at least in person. Yeah, I wonder sometimes whether you know, like, the correct way to do something is like, I think what the art of having a good conversation is knowing when to fast respond and when to real respond. I think that's the art of being an interesting human being. Also, I see what the mistake was. These start at 246, which I guess they start at a different grid to the rest. Whatever, all the torches in this world are very slightly offset, and now I know. So that'll be a mild bother if you ever download this map in 3 years' time when I pass all the hurdles. Is good at Blackstone, the anti-gravel? I would argue it's just never gravel. Like, it has the exact same function as gravel, except both of the components are more valuable. But it doesn't make it that much better than gravel, you know? Like, it's still the same, it's the exact same. The anti-gravel would be like a 10% chance of getting something bad, a 90% chance of getting something good. Like a diamond ore or something with diamond ore with fortune, you know? Like, you've got a 90% chance of getting something. You know, when you mine diamond with a fortune pickaxe, you've got a 90% chance of getting 2, 3, or 4 diamonds. And you've got, it's not actually 90%, it's like 75, I think. But again, just roll with it. And you've got a 10% chance of getting 1 diamond, which is bad relative to 2 to 4 diamonds, but it's still good. That is, in my opinion, the anti-gravel. Fortune. Also, thank you, Sikio Laos, for becoming a channel member. Welcome to the club. I fast respond too much, even if I shouldn't. Yeah, you ever like quickly respond to something, then you're like, ooh, that weren't, like, I don't know, like, especially because, you know, some things we need to talk about need super in-depth, customized, right now, come up with this now responses. Like, oh yeah, hey, my life savings were just robbed from me at gunpoint. You know how, you know, like, and I'm kind of in tears. And your fast response could be like, that sucks, man. And that is, again, it's like better than not saying anything. Better than staring blankly and being like, is there anything else to this story? But, you know, actually, maybe there are better things. Also, we've definitely messed up here. I don't know. Oh, no, we haven't. This is somehow still correct. No, wait, 240 over to 236. So we've made multiple mistakes here now. Okay, so this is fine. We just gotta bring everything to the right one over to here. And we're gonna be good. Just pretend it was always that way. You know what? These torches are too messy. I'm just not gonna deal with them now. This is a live stream, so it is all good. Also, I got this now. I just thought about Okay, what do we got here? Have you watched Hamilton? I haven't actually. I heard it's on Disney Plus, but I'm one of those people. I know this is like a type of person. It's the most oversaid opinion where you're like, well, the point of Netflix was to be cheap. So when it stopped being cheap, because now you need Netflix and you need Amazon Prime and you need all the other ones, it stops being good. So to me, like personally, obviously you can disagree with this if you want to, but I think I'm only willing to spend on one streaming service. Like someone needs to have that opinion, or we go to a world where you need to have 5 streaming services just to exist comfortably. You know, like oh yeah, well you can't watch this. No, I'm on Netflix and I'm nowhere else. You know, I have Amazon Prime for the shipping and technically for the video, but any other service that wants monthly money from me, I'm like no, thank you. That is a no bueno from me. Thank you very much. Also, thank you very much. Welcome to the club, Johan van Aswegen. Welcome. I hope you have a great day. Unless you have a bad day, in which case, I hope your day gets better. See, right, that's also thank you, Red Panda 5 Studios. I'm sorry, I think I missed it because I was like stressed about what was going wrong earlier. Prime is useful for free 1-day delivery. Yeah, exactly. Like to me, the delivery thing is like kind of cool, and then I used to use it for music, and like between music and delivery, like it was a no-brainer sort of thing. And now like there's so many other services like kind of mashed in there that it just they make a loss on it as a service. The only reason they use it is because it makes you use everything else. But the cool thing about that to you as a consumer is if you intend to use everything else anyway, you get to have a like the cost of 1-day shipping. You use it way too often, but it's a thing. And as a result of that, they get to build their delivery network. Like everyone's a winner. The world gets. Did I just replace a torch with a dandelion with a torch? I did. It's so weird. I don't know what's going on here. Do you see this sometimes where like Bedrock has snow and then below the snow there's a flower, but you can like break both the things at the same time, and it's weird because you can also replace a flower if it's in snow. But I don't think you can replace a flower if it's not in snow, right? Yeah, you can't. You can't replace just the flower, but you can replace a flower in snow. What is the logic? I don't understand it sometimes, but that's okay. We all don't understand things. So you give me so many ideas, good ideas. Thanks, says Ren5 Studios. Honestly, I think a lot of my ideas aren't good ideas. I think my ideas are just like, I'm going to do something big. Like, I think I've got the scale thing knocked down. And then again, the idea is always, maybe we could call it interesting. That's me tooting my own horn a bit. I wouldn't say I come up with good ideas, particularly. But I like that you think I do. I'm glad that that's what you think. Because if enough people think like you, then I get to keep my job. And that's cool, isn't it? Also, thank you. It has a free trial, so you can cancel, but okay. Oh, yeah, I used the free trial. So now I need to come up with a new... I have to come up with a new, like, email, a new credit card, and then, so on and so forth. And, like, I get that. Like, honestly, this is a thing where you're, like, you're a jerk for saying it. Like, whenever you imply that you value your time, you're like, oh, are you saying I don't value mine? But it's like, I really value my time. I have only a certain number of, like, minutes in my life. And I'd rather pay for certain things than waste time, doing so. But then if I don't want to pay for something, it's like, well, if I'm not willing to pay for it, why would I waste my time on it, you know? Like, that's the problem with, like, free trials. Like, free trials, like, suck in that logic sometimes. Also, I hate to get just jumping up a while because I have to go practice for my Piccolo edition. Piccolo? Is that a musical instrument? Because it sounds like the character from Dragon Ball Z. But maybe I'm the silly one here. But time is only a mental construct, says YT. Time is a mental construct, but all the things that are affected by time are very much real constructs. Like, I will live until I'm like 80. If I'm lucky, I might be so blessed as to live till my my 90s. And if I'm like if I'm healthy and I like sacrifice some of my lifestyle quality, I could live till 100. Maybe. Again, that's a real stretch. Like, even if I lived a perfect life, I could still get hit by a car tomorrow. Could still get liver cancer in my 70s. Like it's a rough life if you want to live to 100. But even then, death is certain. And even if I live to 100, I have 80 years left. That's not a huge amount. It's not worth spending time to get things for free so I can spend time watching those things. You feel me? You get it? You might die just... It's always true. It's always true. Time is not a mental construct. Yeah, the human measurements of time are human constructs, but the fact that things pass at a constant rate in the universe kind of is. Although because time is relative, it proves that it's not. Whatever, let's not talk about time relatively. Let's talk about good Stalin saying, "Hi Tokat, love your videos. Could you make more geography and politics videos? I love them." The only problem with the geographic or political or whatever, geopolitical, because I make those videos on the second channel and it's just fine. But the only problem with moving them here is you get like a more, like a lot of people who like them, really fun, great human beings. But you attract like a mildly, if like there's a mildly toxic thing on the internet related to it, like big, like you talk about any, I think if everyone went into every political discussion with the same way you should talk, like, I don't know, if you went to it open, like, the same way you'd go into a discussion about, I don't know, your favorite food. Actually, I think people are pretty attached to their favorite foods, but maybe we could have, like, a good conversation. But, like, there are people who, like, are very defensive of their ideas and think you're a bad person if you are not also defensive of their ideas. And that's a scary thing to me. The older you get, the more aware you are of how limited your time really is. Says McBella78. See, McBella78, born in 1978, one could assume. And one knows for sure, but I'll pretend I don't for the purpose of this. I like to pretend I'm very good at reading names and stuff. That means 42, right? That means statistically about halfway point in your life is about now. If you're lucky, it's 3 to 6 years from now. But that halfway point is there. And that's when you got to start realizing, like, yeah, what matters? What do I want to spend my time on? When you're young, the one thing you have to your advantage is you have an unlimited amount of time. Like, literally, have you ever been in the situation, because I have, where you, where you have so much time that it's genuinely a problem. Like, you want to kill... the phrase kill time? It's literally like, oh, I've got so much time, I just want to get rid of it. Like, I've seen people be like this with money, and it hurts me, but, like, again, do what you want to do. Where people are like, oh, I've just got too much money, I'm just going to buy strangers drinks. I'm gonna just, like, I'm gonna give it away. Like, that's cool. It's a fun attitude to have if you do improve people's happiness. That's great that you can use money to do so. But the fact that people have the logic of, like, oh yeah, there is nothing that this resource can do for me. This constrained, hard-gotten resource is something I want to get rid of ASAP because it brings me no joy. It brings me no value. It's wacky. It's very, it's very wacky. I think that's a start. But it's also, it makes you realize that, like, yeah, the thing you're rich in, because young people, one of the things that I think is particularly prevalent is, like, yeah, we statistically are not big on money, right? I think when you're especially young, like in your teens or your 20s, you are very low on capital. You have none of the resources in the world. You don't own a house. You don't own a factory or whatever else. You live in someone else's house and you work in someone else's factory. Although in reality it's 2020, so by factory that usually means like an Amazon warehouse or something. But the fact is we're like super low on most major resources. How much iron ore do you have in your basement, friends? I mean, in Minecraft, I hope it's a lot. But in the real world, bet you don't have a lot of iron or uranium or horses or whatever else we use as humanity, like transferable, tradable resources. Bet you don't have a huge number of those. And that's because, yeah, you have time. Time is the thing that you can trade for those resources. Isn't it crazy? I've got too much money. I need to get rid of it. Hey, thank you.
I've got too much money. I need to get rid of it.
I agree with that. I have the perfect solution for people with too much money. Like, every now and then we do get someone popping through the stream saying that same thing. And I'll even say it to them, like, if that's a thing, then sure. Like, money, I always recommend against it, which is obviously me turning down a revenue source. Like, yeah, you shouldn't just give me your money unless you want to. When you want to, that's great, you're getting something from it. If you're like, oh yeah, I just need to get rid of this, I'm scared about it, I generally try to tell people, like, hey, there is, you might want this in the future. Wackily enough. Also, I think we've made another mistake here. Yeah, there's a lot of mild mistakes in the way these things connect. Not sure how, not sure why. Just know that there is. So I'm not sure how we're gonna reconnect this gap here. But we're gonna try. We're gonna try. So let's by the way, here's from the Let's Play, right? Look at this. All the snow is gone, and now there are dirt paths instead. It looks like we have a lovely brown mountain. Isn't that the best? But yeah, so oh, it looks like I was wrong earlier. These torches are the wrong ones. So now we just go over to here. And I'm really glad. We made only 2 mistakes as opposed to a lot more than 2. But yeah, so isn't it insane? Like genuinely mind-blowing that if you want pretty much anything, again, there are some things that are out of the stratosphere of average wealth that you can get as an average human being. But there are some things, several. Also, ooh, look at that. We got an X-ray through the world here. I didn't know there was a cave there. Okay, now I don't get to know it is. The grass is grassier than before. How long's the stream? I've been trying to find a schedule of your streams so I can tune in. I wish I had a schedule. Like, I would tell people about... I wish I had, like, a place I could post a intended schedule, then move it around and stuff like that. But I try not to get people... Like, the reason I don't have a schedule is because I don't like to have everything be fixed in place. Because if I say something will be somewhere, I want that thing to be there within, you know, at least very close to when it will be there. Like, for instance, every Monday, you can expect a Let's Play. Sometimes it takes a while to edit, and it's not till, like, Tuesday because of some mistake. Or, like, sometimes I'm not at my setup and I can't do it. But I think that's been so few weeks. 49 to 51 Mondays in the year, you can expect the Let's Play on your homepage. I think reliability is an important characteristic. Like, you know, I think I say this as loyalty, because loyalty is reliability minus extenuating factors. But, like, being reliable is so important if you want to be a good, let's say friend. You know, let's ignore all the other things you can be in life. And let's just say being a good friend to someone, you gotta be reliable. You gotta be there for them. Like, you can't be a good friend if you're not there. And to be there when you're needed most, you need to be there in general. So, when's the last time you missed an upload? It literally was a week ago. I think what it was so recently I haven't been uploading. I haven't been editing my own Let's Plays. My assistant's been covering that recently, and because of so we need to go down a big block to get down there. You know, let's just do it. But so because of like a couple of weeks ago, maybe. No, it was literally. I think it literally was the episode before this one. So because I didn't realize that she wasn't. I don't even know what it was. I think she just wasn't at home or something, so I couldn't edit. Or maybe maybe I forgot to upload it till too late. Oh no, what it was, I uploaded it, but I uploaded it under some really weird name, so she couldn't find it until like Monday when it was ready to go. And then it took a few hours to upload. I was streaming, so I couldn't upload it. And then, which is funny because like again, I prioritized the stream over an upload or something. But anyway, the whole point of that story is just be like, yeah, you gotta try and be there and stuff. The something crazy. I genuinely, I think this is underappreciated, but you can go work in a McDonald's, which, you know, I'm using McDonald's because everyone knows the job. Everyone looks down on the McDonald's job, which I think is dumb. I think you as a society are perpetuating bad things. But if you go and work in a McDonald's, which by the way is a position where you bring joy to people. People go into McDonald's, you know, like you literally give people happy meals. You can make people happier by working in this place, this McDonald's factory, let's call it, because I like factories, because then you get to link it into capital or whatever. But you go work in this McDonald's factory for, you know, like 8 hours in a day, even if you earn, like, I don't know what it was. Minimum wage in America is crazy low. It's only $8 an hour or something. You get $64 at the end of the day. That's cool. You can buy so many things, and that's one day. If you do that like every other day, or like 5 days in a week, you madman, or 4 days in a week, because you know 5 days is a lot. You know, you gotta have 3 days for yourself. That's like an ungodly amount of things compared to like rent or whatever. It's insanely low. Like this is the problem people always have with like minimum wage or whatever. But like if the things I wanted to buy when I was like a teenager, one of them might have been on that list, rent somewhere. But like all the other things, like, oh yeah, you go to the store and you want to buy lemonade. Do you know how much lemonade is? This is the most expensive canned drink my store sells. It's imported from America. It's Diet A&W. I had A&W a long time ago, and it tasted really bad. But this is vanilla flavored, so I'm hoping it's gonna be good. I think this was £1.75. I could buy. Let's turn that into $2, right? Because of conversion rates. I can buy 32 of these cans at the end of the day. Something that might bring me a lot of joy, and I love that personally. I think that's a incredible feature. Not even just incredible, you know, and incredibly incredible. I don't know what that means, but you better believe that I'm sticking with it. Well, it's $7 now. I think what it. Wait one sec. Federal minimum wage. It is $7. Oh, it's because in Nevada, where I was looking at, it's $8, I think, and then it's $9 if you don't get healthcare, which I think that's a cool system by itself. But the idea that A&W is expensive imported goods. Oh yeah, I know that it's low class. I know it's a low class American drink, right? Like no one's like, if you charge $2 for this in America, besides at like a gas station. See, I can speak American. Also, thank you very much, Michelle.
I don't have too much money, but there is some value in using it to spread positivity rather than purchasing goods and services for the self.
Yeah, I would like to clarify. I believe in that one too. Like, I think the ultimate end goal for anyone who wants to accrue, let's use the words too much money, which is, you know, like, let's assume such a thing exists. Anyone who wants to accrue more money than desires that they have should always have the goal of like, and then what good thing should I want to do with this? The number one reason you should want to be well off is so you can make the world better for those. I was gonna say those who are not, but like those in situations who can't. But those in situations who are unable to or whatever. And like, or even just not even unable to, but those who have, like, there are so many sources of happiness you can make for other people, and that you should be like aiming to go at some point, you know? Being a generous human being is a good goal. It's a good long-term goal to have, I think. And I think it's ideally a good short-term goal to have. Like you have indeed done, Michelle Owo. Fun name, by the way. But, yeah, I was $13 for Susan to be able to afford a Big Mac, says Whitey. Wait, oh, because then she gets 30%. I like that. If you give $13 via YouTube instead of like Michelle Owo, who, by the way, totally understands using Streamlabs, so thank you very much. But like, it's something kind of interesting, in my opinion. $2 from A&W would be nuts. You probably get a 12 pack of barley. But again, just to clarify, I know this is a very this was a rip-off, right? It was in my store. It was in the expensive American section. And I was like, you know what? Let's give it a try. Let's see what expensive $2 imported American soda is like. Here's a fun fact, actually. Every drink that's sold in the UK, they have to cover up the American nutritional label because that's backed by the FDA, and our government, like, obviously, it doesn't meet UK requirements for how something should be labeled. So they have to literally cover up the American label. But if I tear this off right here, which I think I can do if I try hard enough. Oh, yeah, there we go. I can see it under there anyway. Oh, wait. Under here? Yeah, I can find your American nutritional info. Because this will claim, on the back here, okay, I'm tearing this off. It claims there are 0 calories, and do you want to know a fun fact? In America, anything that has fewer than 5 calories is 0 calories, which means that a 4-calorie drink is 0 calories. Which is, like, close enough that, like, for nutritional reasons, I guess it's okay to say. But if you're like, oh yeah, there's 4 calories in 1/10 of a can, you could say it's 0 calories across the entire can. Because it's 0 calories per 10th of a can. And there's 10 servings per can. Non-Americans hate root beer. Oh yeah, I hate root beer so much, but this is vanilla-flavored root beer, so I'm hoping the vanilla is stronger than that. Also, Geopolitics plus Minecraft. Bort. Oh yeah, I've really considered doing videos like that. I even had this idea for a world on the marketplace, but there is a rule that I don't know if I can say, but something about there's a reason I cannot do that, and I think it is down to maybe Microsoft is taking a weak stance about the Taiwan flag issue. Maybe that's all I can say. Which I guess I can't blame them for. Like, they just want to do business with China, you know. 250 coal, 250 sticks are needed for 1,000 torches. I've been using charcoal recently. I've been using charcoal. Rip to your Let's Play world in the marketplace. I've been working on that again recently. Or by me, I mean, like, my good friend Deshi. And by my good friend Deshi, I mean you know, you have to watch yourself so that someone doesn't get offended. And I'm getting better at that. I'm like, you know, what's gonna cause offense in the future? I'm gonna guess what someone's gonna later use against me, and I'm gonna not say those things. And you're not proud of me for doing that, right? Which I immediately like. As soon as we do like a melon juice stream, we lose all the ground we gained in being better at speaking. It's just all good. Minecraft Bedrock is in China, says Cool Blue Tunes. Yeah, so I think as part of that, they're not allowed to recognize. Again, I wish I could talk about the exact issue, so I have to just allude to it. But I think to avoid rocking the boat with China, you can't include anything. I think they have rules that exist solely to prevent Taiwan, China stuff happening. Again, I have to be very careful with the words that I say. You know, again, I haven't even got that. The first marketplace map is like, it's like 3 weeks away now. Like we're in the trenches finally, and it's like, okay, we got to at least get that out. Like, if I'm gonna get kicked off for saying something dumb about how Microsoft should recognize the sovereignty of some island in the Pacific, then I want to wait until I've at least done one thing. You know, you feel me? Build an Argentinian flag. Yeah, you can't build any. Wait, I can't build an Argentinian flag either. There we go. Okay, so you have to be careful around China. Is it that important? And I can say what the issue would be. It's clearly like a Taiwan-China issue. I just can't talk about what the issue is because that's under contract, I think. Okay, chat, you excited? Diet A&W made with aged vanilla, I think it says. Wait, it says with... No, naturally and artificially flavored. Made with... Yeah, aged vanilla. Like, I don't want my vanilla to be that old. I would like my vanilla to be a pretty reasonable age. Maybe I'm the wacky one. I need to... I made this really big when I was streaming. There we go. So, aged vanilla. Are you excited, chat? What do you think? Or, how's this gonna go? Is it gonna be good? Ooh, yeah. Don't know how this is going. Ooh. I'm ready. Am I gonna do it? Am I gonna drink the expensive American imported? Oh, that smell. I wish I hadn't smelled that. I'm gonna like reset my smell buds. Smell buds are a thing, and we're gonna go for this. Has the exact same aftertaste as like toothpaste. The initial taste is very neutral. It's like, I guess it's a diet drink. Yeah, it tastes like it's got a fizzy water like starting taste, and then that vanilla and like sarsaparilla root or whatever, and then it finishes off being like, oh yeah, we're toothpaste now. That's what this is. This is a can of toothpaste. Oh, I can drink that all, but like if you gave me a choice, I'd be like, well, that was cool. If I'm gonna leave it there, let's see if I like subconsciously go to drink it, and let's see if I like it when I subconsciously do. Like maybe it's a good, because you know when the thing about diet drinks is like you get them to replace your habit of drinking non-diet drinks, right? It's the biggest sales pitch at least. So maybe just subconsciously, I'll keep going for it. It'll be great. Brush your teeth with it. Honestly, I'm not gonna live my life this way, but I'm convinced legitimately here that I could, you know, not that I do want to. I want to clarify here. I do in fact not want to. But if I wanted to live my life only drinking this instead of brushing my teeth, I would feel okay with that. Oh, very carbonated. I've heard a rumor that zero sugar drinks are more carbonated than their counterparts. Does anyone know if that's true or if that's like, because so many facts that spread around just sound right. So my thing is, if something sounds about right to me, I question it more. Like if I agree with something intuitively, I'm like, well, I'm just gonna fact check that one. I try to do the same with someone else. Like it seems like something they'd agree with. Like I don't know. It's if I don't know, if someone who's like really anti-China says, oh yeah, there's like these concentration camp things going on there, you gotta be like, well, I'm not gonna just take your word for that, I'm afraid. That's a pretty bold, you know, like especially the bigger a claim, the more evidence you need. And if admittedly like diet drinks having more carbonation in them isn't as bad as something like that. But it's something you gotta think about. If you ever burn something, just say it's carbonated. There's a catchy one, I agree. Also, people make it seem like only Americans drink coffee, or it's only an American thing. I'm American, and I'm curious, do Brits have Coke? Oh, you said Coke, not coffee. So carbonated beverages, i.e. fizzy drinks, i.e. sodas, are definitely less common in the UK than they are in the US. But there's a lot of caveats on that, because there's a lot of things that are very... You know, like, there is definitely a segment of our youth, and I think it's definitely growing over time, that probably does drink soda as much as Americans do. But I don't know, I'd be hard-pressed to say that we drink it like... We don't, you know, it's not that we don't drink it, I'd say we drink it in fewer quantities, but the quantity we do drink is probably going up over time. That's my, like, take on this. So, like, especially when it comes to Coke by itself, I know very few people... I do know people, and I'm horrified that I do. I wish I did not, but sadly, I do not. So I do. I do not. But I do not know people who drink Coke. Like, one of the ways I know you're a bland human being is if you show up to a party and you're like, oh yeah, I brought the 2-liter bottle of Coke, or the 12 pack of Cokes or whatever, and it's like, you bland human being, What is that? What have you done? Is this your you know, like, your gift is this? You know, like, it's just I don't like it. I think Coke is the most generic drink that, like, is probably the largest single segment covered, but also no one loves Coke, everyone just accepts it. It's like, I don't know, I can think of very few things that are, like, as inoffensively okay, where it's just like, oh, I guess if it's the only thing there, what else is a fella to do? But, you know, if there is anything else there, then you better believe there are other things a fella is to do. And those other things are coming immediately. So, Coke is better than Pepsi. Being creative is hard. That's exactly why all I've been doing is placing torches. You don't have to be creative to place torches. That's just a fact. I think there's something interesting about, like, I mean, I said that as a joke, but I was thinking about that recently. Like, the streams I have the most fun doing are the ones where I'm doing something pretty non-creative, where I can just talk to the camera as we do various, again, let's call them non-creative things. And it's really weird because, in theory, like, I don't know, like, when I'm playing, in theory, the things that should be best to watch, the things that should be most fun to do, are things where I'm being, you know, Minecraft is a creative game where you can do anything. But yeah, also, a lot of people agree. I'm going to drink a Coke right now because of this stream, says Michelle Owo. You know what? You just gave a whole speech about how you want to use value to make the world a better place. And then you're going and drinking a Coke. Just saying, seems like something went wrong there. I don't know what went wrong. Not sure at what point along the line someone was, you know, like, abused by a can of Coke, or what went wrong. You know, like, you have Stockholm Syndrome with your beverage brand of choice, and that's okay. You know, we should be more accepting of, like, oh yeah, some people do bad things sometimes, and that's just what they want to do. Like, I was thinking about something interesting. I watched a video where it was, you know, actually, this is one of those channels that everyone vaguely knows on YouTube because they show up and recommended. And so, again, I haven't watched enough of this, so sorry if the guy is actually, you know, secretly a Nazi or something. I'm talking about this not from a, you know, I intently watch, I know the human being. I watched a video from a guy called Dr. Mike. His name is, he is apparently a doctor, I am led to believe. I imagine he probably makes more money being a YouTuber than a doctor, so you could probably argue he's a YouTuber first, doctor second. But we'll leave that to the side. And in that video, he's, like, going over people who are, like, you know, they're overweight, and they're talking to their doctors, and they're upset that their doctors always bring up their weight. They're like, I can't believe the doctor doesn't understand that this is how I want to be. And it got me thinking quite a bit that, like, whenever I go to the doctor, they ask me, do you smoke, do you drink, do you do a lot of fun things? And in those cases, like, obviously if you said, oh yeah, I smoke about 50 cigarettes a day, there's a lot of doctor YouTubers these days. Are there really a lot of doctor YouTubers? I guess, like, if you've got, like, crushing medical debt. Oh yeah, I watch a British doctor as well, actually. Or not, I don't watch, again. A video shows up every now and then. And I'm like, huh, that's kind of cool, I guess. Man, so many people watch YouTubers that way. I wonder how many of you, like, watch me via, like, oh yeah, sometimes you show up in my recommended and I go, I guess I'll give it a go, I guess. Like, you know, this live stream, we have 1,148 viewers. That is, I don't know what that regular actually is, but, you know, let's say, like, recently we've been having some good live streams. We had 3,000 people. So today, either those people are just busy, or, you know, YouTube algorithm not recommending it. It's kind of a... Dr. Mike is probably the most famous one. Hey, there we go. Nailed it. I know the most famous YouTuber doctor. But yeah, so, so many eyes on you, Andrew. See, if there's 1,100 people watching me, that means there are 2,200 eyes on me. That actually does get me nervous when I think about it. Like, every single, like, even though it's easy to think of you as, like, one big blob, every single one of you are human beings with hopes, fears, desires, dreams, goals, you know, like, passions, secrets, Minecraft worlds that are entirely, like, you know, like, I like to imagine we all play Minecraft the same way. So half of you play Minecraft entirely different. Half of you might not even ever play survival. You might be creative only players. Be a weird channel to watch if that's your thing. That's assuming we all have eyes. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, there's gonna be some blind people. There's gonna be some people who lost an eye in an accident. You know what? You're right. There we go. It's like how the average person has like 1.02 breasts, and I think I know what the reverse statement is. Like, oh yeah, like the average person is 0.99 something testicles. And it's like, well, you know, you can use that average all you like. You're also missing the weeds of the, because you know, like, even though it's true that the average person, if you round to the nearest 0.1, has one breast and one testicle, it's also like, well, that hides the people who have neither, or whatever else. Which maybe is the point of statistics, you know, talking about the larger groups of things. Because that, you know, like, kind of like I was saying, like, all of you are, you know, there's 1,100 people here. Lazy Lemon is creative, prefers building. Rachel thinks that I'm a Cyclops. What if a blind person is someone watching? I think it's pretty messed up when you think about it, right? If you watch this live stream right now, and you don't have eyes, if you're just listening to this live stream, you're counted as a viewer. I think that's pretty offensive to the blind community. Like, isn't that messed up that even if you can't see things, they call you a viewer? I think that's pretty not okay language from YouTube's end right there. But more seriously, no, actually, no, I'm not going to imply that wasn't serious. I'm standing by that comment. But I came by the missing features video from the end of last year, then started binging the Let's Play. Saw a chill stream and subbed, says Ice Maiden. I'm glad people enjoy the chill streams. There is something definitely interesting that happens where the longer we live stream, generally the more people watch. Which implies to me, well, either one, we've got to stream for longer, you know, get them YouTube views in. But it implies that as people watch more, they become more fond of whatever's happening here. I don't even know. Also, they wouldn't have known if you hadn't told them. Blind people don't know that kind of... Man, that's pretty messed up. Like, imagine if we... Actually, do you ever hear about this? Like, I wish I was bilingual just to do this to people. But whenever you're in a foreign country, like, or whenever people from a foreign language country come to a country where the main language is not their own, they'll speak in their own language about those around them. Like, oh yeah, me speaking in German. I think that this is not a German accent, no, but the people over there, they are very bad. I don't know. Every accent turns to Indian. There's the proof right there. Proof is in the offensive pudding. But you know, can we pretend I didn't do that? Okay, does that sound good to all of you too? But hey, Slum Dank. Thank you for becoming a member. So Alxel said earlier, my secret's that I hate you. And you know what? Even though fun joke, I mean, if you hated me, then you know what? That's kind of fun. But I think what could be fun here? Let's test your humanity. Give me, rather than doing that thing where it's like, everyone share a fact about them. I hate that. No, don't. You share a fact about yourself and I'll block you. Check me on that one, why don't you? I'm not going to do that. But what I am going to do instead, because it's way more fun, is, I guess we have a torch over there, and then, oh, we should have a torch over here. I guess there is a big mistake in this world. I guess we're just going to keep on ticking over with these mistakes, and it's going to be okay. But, yeah, so, that's, all right now. Andrew, it's fine, I don't hate you. Everyone right now, share one secret about yourself in chat. Obviously, let's be a secret you're comfortable sharing, but, like, with internet strangers using your internet name. I probably won't read out your secret, so, like, you can throw a risque one in there, and statistically, I won't read it out loud. But, like, let's learn about some human beings. Also, I got myself a Coke, by the way, says Enderstar. I'm disappointed in you. You know, pay the Coke tax. That's where you give me $1 every time you drink a Coke, and now you want to drink fewer Cokes, right? I like a ginger, says YT. Honestly, worst herb, worst vegetable. I don't know if it's a herb or a vegetable, but it sucks at being either, whichever one it is. I might be trans, says Henry Limmortal. I can't imagine what it's like to, like, be in between on something like that. Because at least, like, oh yeah, I might be, might be an engineer, or I might be gay, or I might be, like, a big fan of the New York Yankees, I assume is a team. Pretty sure it's a team. Those are things where, like, the barrier to entry and barrier to exit are high. Can't imagine having something like that living on you. Hope you find happy solution there. I like the smell of gasoline, says Egg. Let's be honest, everyone enjoys the smell of gasoline. Just some people admit it and some people don't. Let's not act like that's a secret. I watch Toy Cat videos past my bedtime, says Sci-Fi. Oh, you better hope that your parents don't find out about that one. Honestly, I have my own bedtime, and I guess my parents don't set it, so maybe that's not a parent thing. But, we're all 13 here. We all have parents. Actually, no, we're all 13-year-old orphans. I've been thinking I've always thought one of the best ways you could bring, like, true equality to the world, because, like, if you're the perfect equality, if you didn't have to enforce how it came to be, like, if you could ignore being a human, a decent human being, and you'll go, if you were a robot and you're like, make everyone equal, the thing you would do, in my opinion, is you would take, like, give everyone the perfect equal opportunity. Because obviously everyone thinks that equality of outcome, like, making, like, that's generally considered a bad thing. But if you have to, like, enforce, give everyone the same opportunities, I think the way you would do it, is you'd kill everyone's parents. You'd be like, okay, everyone's an orphan now. We kill your parents, so we send them to some foreign country where they can't find you again. We make you untraceable. We put all the kids in a big camp, like a big little area. And then from there, they develop their skills independently. You don't have a parent, you have this robot as a thing. And for a lot of people, right? Okay, let's be real. Right now, how many of you would prefer having been raised by a robot than by your parents? Like, let's be real. A lot of bad parents out there. Let's see how many people will admit it, though. Also, thank you, Enderstar, for the Coke tax. I should just make up arbitrary reasons why people pay me money. With logic like this, I should be a government, am I right? But look at me, slam dunking on the system on which our world is built. I am nailing this one today. Robot parents, yes. Skull. Parents, no, because I'd be different parents. Robot parents, my parents are chill. I didn't ask if your parents were chill. I was saying, do you want them or do you not? And that's what we need to work out. Why not be raised by both? That'd be the coolest outcome, I guess. Hey, quarantine monies. Wow, we spoke at the same time. How embarrassing, Aaron J. Vasquez. I'll let you go first. But no, thank you very much, Aaron J. Vasquez. Vasquez. Again, I'm not familiar, but that means a lot. I think that's pretty nuts. I'm assuming, again, maybe this is me putting words in your mouth and feelings in your brain, but I'm assuming that you, as a result of current pandemic-like situation, quarantine money, you have fewer opportunities to spend. And I think it's the most, like, first world, it's like a problem. Obviously, like, on the individual level, it's a very first world problem. But it's interesting that, like, all those first world problems add up to being, like, a very real, collective, societal problem. Like, people not spending money like, you know, not being able to go out to eat in restaurants and not having many things to do besides play video games or, you know, watch Netflix. Like, people not going out and buying new things, doing new things, etc. is like a genuine like issue for so. I find that fascinating. Like, oh yeah, even the thing that is like, oh no, I have too much, or like, you know, oh I've got too much savings, is genuinely a wacky thing. Also, I want fairly godparents. You know, it's fairly odd parents. Thank you very much. And second of all, I don't think you actually do want parents who can grant every wish, because if you have every wish granted, I know I constantly wished I was magic when I was a teenager. I was like, oh, I really hope I go to sleep and I wake up with some magical power. And the things I would have used those powers for as a teenager would, one, not only be reprehensible, like you would all look at me and be disgusted, but two, ignoring the should you or should you not on a moral level, there's also the much more maybe pressing issue of like if you just had instant access to everything, you wouldn't grow. Like, the things that you have define you to some extent, but the things you don't have also define you. And if you have everything, then you can't really be defined as a person. That's why whenever you picture like a millionaire in TV, you picture a guy that's just like generic, into partying, you know, whatever else. I'm moving to Belgium soon from the US. Any advice, says Red Panda 5 Studios. Also, wait, would you call the camp with all the children the Hobby Lobby? First of all, Emma Swift, high quality. Second of all, the Hobby Lobby. You know, I like that. For that, put that one in the vault. If you become a parent, I won't have you killed one day to make room for the robot. Any advice moving to Belgium? Learn some French or Dutch, depending on which part you're going to. Know that... I guess what I'd say is know that prices for things are going to be very different, and in a lot of cases, a lot of things will be cheaper and a few things will be more expensive, like tech, etc. So like maximize the things that are cheap, maybe. Maybe that's a thing. Yeah, I don't know where else I want to take that one. Also, I just started playing Minecraft because of self-quarantine on Xbox 360. Bought the game over 5 years ago, but didn't play till now, says Blutton Film. Yeah, I wonder how many people are playing the 360 version, like, you know, same situation as you. A version of the game that is effectively discontinued. No one's had a reason to go back until like, oh yeah, it's just the place where I can get Minecraft. Like, it must have such an upsurge in players. Like, of all the games to play in quarantine, Minecraft is like high quality choice in my opinion. Like, I can think of few things more exciting than the idea of playing some, just having nothing to do all day but play some Minecraft. That seems like a dream to me. Maybe I'm the basic one here. So yeah, chat, give me more secrets actually. I think I enjoy like humanizing you all, and by humanizing you all I mean dehumanizing myself. How many blocks do you need to place? How many blocks do you need to place torches? Every 6 blocks in both directions. You actually only need to do it in every other direction, but like, to keep things simple, we're doing it in both. And by simple, I guess I mean like more consistent looking. Look at that grid down there, isn't that fun? Oh, that torch over there, look at that. Oh, something's off there. Those torches are mildly misplaced, I think. Or maybe it's not and it's just the height that's messing it up. No, that torch is definitely off from that torch. Or is it? I think I'm going crazy. I think I've got to stop thinking about these things and start thinking about placing torches. I wet the bed until 12. Wait, also, YT, how have I read out so many of your messages today? Like, you've been there at just the right moment every time. That's very suspicious. I'm starting to question you now. What's the scoop, Mr. YT? I'm attracted to females, also attracted to females, and I'm a male. See, that sounds like a problem. There's all sorts of jokes you can make here, but I think they're generally considered off kilter. But you know what? Something about goalkeepers and scoring goals. Am I right? There we go. That's a high quality humor I just pulled off right there. No, that sucks. Or, you know, maybe it doesn't. Maybe that's the reminder about why you got to check these things. Honestly, imagine, I mean, like, obviously this wouldn't happen, but imagine if you had to, like, start conversations of, like, hi, my name's Fred. Are you attracted to guys? Because I am attracted to your gender. So let's hope that one lines up for us. You know, just in case. Won't come up, but, like, just in case it does. Just, you know, just in case, man. Just in case. Oh, there's a little staircase here. How fun. Also, what should my next Minecraft project be? I'm currently out of ideas, says Fi-Fi. Obviously, I can't give you the best idea for your next project, but I could say you should build a giant statue of Toy Cat. That's a great idea right there. Oh, there's a panda here. How cute. So, what else we got? I hate frosting. You know, I need a bigger seat. Also, I'm afraid of cats as Dark Side of Gaming. Now that is a shocking one. None of your family know that you don't believe in God, says Dottie Haynes. I've always thought, like, I used to think, like, I'd have a big mum like that, because, like, outwardly, all of my family pretends to be Christian. But, like, as soon as... There was a moment once, it was like, I guess I'm, like, giving you the dream situation here, so maybe I shouldn't be doing this. Hi, Togat, what do you views on transgender people? I wonder, like, what is the... like, I think the best view to have is that they are human beings, too. Like, they are also... Like, I think... I don't know, like, even if you're being super supportive, I think your stance should be they are human beings as the rest of us, you know, like, and as a result, I view them as individuals rather than as a group. You know, there are no doubt some really great people in that group. There are probably some really bad people in that group, but I can't tell you based on, like, it's like, what do I think about people who, you know, what do I think about gay people? And it's like, it would depend on the individual gay person. Like, I think we need to be better at viewing people as individuals rather than as groups. Like, assigning... I think, especially for, like, group guilt, right? Like, group guilt and group burdens, especially, are harmful. And even like, positive ones. I think being like, oh, yeah, all Mexican people are good at dancing, which isn't a stereotype. Maybe it should be one. Like, I think that's harmful, too. Like, yeah, now every Mexican person has to have that built into them. I think the only times, I think the only times it's maybe useful is when there's like at least some stat there. But then on average, it should be like most people who have. I've heard this about Mexicans, but I know it's true about black people in the UK. I don't know about in the US too. But like their parents cook with a lot of spices because that's just a thing. So like my friend, he once told me like so I ate this type of chili once. I don't know what it was called. I think it's a Scotch bonnet, but I don't know for sure. But have you meet a Mexican person? I haven't met anyone who's like full Mexican. I've met a lot of Mexican Americans, but I've never met a like American. I don't think I've ever met like, oh yeah, I am in Mexico. My parents are Mexican, and anyway, whatever. It's tangent. I've been to Mexico, so I've met Mexicans there, but I haven't had like a full-on conversation breaking down the tragedies and whatnots of life. My Uber driver was called Jesus, and it was a delightful, or Jesus, I believe, is what you'd say in the English alphabet. Okay, anyway, so I once had this like crazy hot pepper as like a little dumb thing on New Year's, and it burned for like a while, right? And sorry, kid, okay, no, that's something else. But I'm trying to love you for saying that. Thank you, says Gallifrey Chloe. Yeah, no, I think like the very worst stance you should have, the most, again, hopefully people would not have it, but the very worst stance you could be like is like, oh yeah, I'm not fully recognizing whatever I don't recognize you as what you think you are. I recognize you as what I think you are, which is a dumb stance to have because of how much that's rejected by what we do in the rest of our lives. But I think anyone who's like, oh yeah, no, I don't think they're people. I think they're all bad. I think they're all this or that. You can't make entire generalizations. And even those like worst case things, it's like you should take and again, you shouldn't be able to, even that like worst thing, like the thing that I think is the worst, you know, again, online especially, is like if you invalidate the transness of someone online, that's like a bad thing, right? Like I think in real life too, right? You shouldn't be invalidating their entire life transition. But I think to apply to an entire group that you don't respect it, like I think that's also objectively wrong. Like you can't invalidate an entire group because you can't see the whole thing. on that level. Which again, I don't know, whatever. I guess this is my opinion of anything you can talk about, no matter how much I like or hate it. I don't hate or like anything based on the group. I like a lot of individual human beings, and you know, that's kind of great. And that is maybe how people should be, or maybe it's not. Maybe if we look at people as individuals, we lose the stories, because you know, like everyone has a different story as to how their, you know, is their transness or their Mexicanness or their height or their weight or their whatever has affected them. And you know, like we were just talking about secrets, actually. The fact is that like even though you're all of you are one category, you're all IBX Toycat live stream viewers. Also, thank you, Dr. John Smith. Welcome to Support Cat. That's even better. That's the good type of member. But the fact is that you're all IBX Toycat live stream viewers, but how different you all are, you know? I'm a recovering drug addict, says HD 10 Potter. You're not all recovering drug addicts. In fact, this is dumb, but it's funny in my opinion. Like the number of people who tell me like, oh yeah, I like smoke up a bowl or like load up a bowl or something before I watch your streams. I don't even know which drugs you can load up in a bowl. I think weed is one of them, but I don't want to be wrong on that one. But like, therefore there are more drug using people than on average watching these videos. But that doesn't mean that anyone who does it is that. Again, every single flaw that we have is when we assume an entire group is one thing. When we take someone's group identity and value that above all else. And the ones... Hey, thank you. Toycat hates people no matter...
Toycat hates people at the same rate no matter what hashtag choose love.
See, first of all, that sounded a lot like Jews love to me. But second of all, yeah, that's true. You know what? I was thinking about... Oh, God, this is in that territory of offensiveness. But on my on a video that's coming out soon, the RMC server, it's a server where everyone got to place 1 pixel. Some people, some of those human beings, they posted in there like a little sign saying hashtag no lives matter. Now, one of the things that is true, you know, in the zeitgeist, is that saying all lives matter is offensive. You know, that's for whatever, you know, like leave that to the side, right? But saying that no lives matter is not. That's funny. That's humor. That's good. That's also true. You know, human lives don't matter. On the objective scheme of things, you as an individual, your life doesn't matter. Sorry to mention that. Me as an individual, my life doesn't matter. I'm not a valuable human. Like, I mean, if I died for the next few days, you'd be like, huh, Toycat hasn't uploaded today. That's weird. And then by the next week, you'd be like, huh, guess he's on vacation or something. 3 weeks later, you'd be like, huh, I guess he's on, you know, maybe he's just given up on the whole thing. And then a month later, you're like, who's Toycat? YouTube hasn't recommended me his videos in a while. But, you know, you don't think about what you're not thinking about. You think about things you are thinking about, which is obvious to say. But, yeah, basically, I think it's very interesting. The group identities that we build and the things that come all around that, you know. Cowpole is the best drug, and only Brits know that, says Kim Jong-un. Today I learned Kim Jong-un is in fact British. I resent that. All lives matter, yours, mine, and everyone in chat. Again, oh yeah, see, like I said the words. I said the words that make me a bad human being. I didn't use the accepted verbiage, and that some people, you know, like, oh, this is vaguely like being with friends. Some of you hate me. You know, you're watching this right now. A lot of you probably have. Hopefully, I would like to imagine some of you have some positive feelings. That's why you're here, watching me place torches, or have a nice conversation about the fact of things. You feel like you're only in the forefront of people's minds when they're watching your videos. Yeah, statistically, that is like true beyond belief, right? The majority of the, and you know, you can prove that with these live streams, right? The 1,200 of you watching right now think about me some amount, even when I'm not streaming. That's cool. But you know, like the other 2/3 or whatever that show up every now and then, are only they're only reminded because of YouTube. They have to be like reminded, like, oh yeah, here's a thing that exists that you might like, which then tells you as a person that positive feelings towards you. I could never. Not to mention, if you died, you'd still have one instruction. You've told us to have a certain day dedicated to you. Hey, you remember that Horton zombie? See, I'm so hyped about that. I'm so glad there's someone who remembers we're gonna have Toy Cat Day, even when I die. I'll give you. Okay, well, actually, here's a little secret. If I die, I've got a few videos which I'm gonna be posting over the summer. There's always videos that are like planned for the future, and they're scheduled like a year out, so that if I die, they'll just post like a year afterwards. And like that's gonna be a cool thing. I wish I could die just to see, like, I want to like see the alternate universe where I'm dead, and those videos go up, and like, this is a dumb dream to have, and I think it's like probably it's probably some sign that you care about people's opinions about you too much. I would love to die and like be a ghost at my own funeral. I would enjoy that so much. Oh yeah, if you could give me like an accurate experience, I'd pay so much money. I'd pay ungodly amounts of money to see an accurate representation of being in a funeral, being at my own funeral, you know? I wish I could die. Me and the rest of the internet, am I right? Me and the rest of the internet. I hope you fulfill that dream. You know, we just need to perfect ghost technology and we'll be good. I can't fall asleep because I have a headache, so instead I'll watch the stream, says PN. Thank you very much for choosing stream over headache. Or stream over sleep, headache, sleep. Man, whenever I have a headache, my goal, again, I want you to not listen to me so I have a live stream view and I feel less lonely. But whenever I have a headache, what I do is I try to go to sleep because you can't feel pain if you're asleep. That's my number one pro tip right here. If you're asleep, pain can't hurt you. You can wake up from the pain sometimes, but you only feel it when you wake up. Like, you know, that's why, you know, like, cry yourself to sleep. You cry a bunch, and then you go to sleep. And then when you're asleep, the sadness is gone. And then when you wake up, it takes a while to remember the sadness, and then get sad again. Cry yourself to sleep, friends. You've been doing it all wrong. So, you should have a Viking funeral. You know, that's a good idea. So thank you, Chunky9. Thank you for saying you hope I don't die in a car crash. That's really nice of you. Also, I'm an organ donor, so I hope after they've scraped me up, they film with fireworks. It'd be an exciting funeral. Yeah, I was thinking about how I want my body to be dealt with when I died today. Because I went for a walk around a cemetery. Don't we all? Me during a depressive episode. If you don't have depressive episodes, then your normal episodes are less exciting. It's like I don't know, an episode of No Need for Torches, You Light Up Our Worlds Already. Thank you, Instant Padge. How beautiful. What a delightful thing. Oh, I never changed the live stream title. Oh. Oopsie.
Quarterly Toy Cat tax. Wanna make love, not war.
Hey, thank you. Okay, first of all, I love that, Tara-wise, and I love the reference. It's such an old reference, even I had forgotten what it was. Like, it's a reference to a wait, I think it was one of my Minecraft videos where I went on like servers and like I was like, hey, do you wanna make it was something dumb. I generally, you know what, first of all, Tara-wise, I love that. First of all, using Streamlabs, you know what's up. You don't want Susan getting a portion of your money. Second of all, oh, it's $20, by the way. Oh, it shows on Streamlabs now, the currency you donated in, so I know your secrets, internet friends. Second of all, yeah, I remember that. That was a really old one. That's fun. Again, see that's nice. I like that reminder that you have been. Not only do you know about the, not giving Susan money by using Streamlabs, you've also watched a video that's at least a year old at this point, right? Maybe it's a live stream. I don't know the source of that. I'd forgotten that until you said it. You brought that memory to life, and I like that. Isn't that crazy? That's how memories work. But yeah, I set a placeholder title forever ago, and I never changed it. And that is a thing. Like it's like worse for live streams if you don't give them a decent title, like lighting up your world. But yeah, thank you, Paige. Appreciate it a lot. I'm glad that we're on the same page about how good these live streams are. So make Skywars an hour old. Oh yeah, it was during that thing. Streamlabs is dangerous. I don't like it anymore. What did Streamlabs? How did Streamlabs hurt you, Cat? What did it do to you? I can't get comfortable because I'm freshly tattooed and I keep laying on it. The trick is to lay on it all the way and like go through maximum pain, and then everything else from there will be like less. Hashtag all lives matter is akin to a firefighter hosing down an entire street when only one house is on fire because all houses matter. Personally, what I would say, right, is because what you're not saying that. So please say Baptoraptor. I need this so much. Okay, Baptoraptor. Thank you for the 190. So again, personally, you have to clarify this, or someone is gonna hate you. I have never gotten on board with the movement of all life matters, namely because I think that all lives don't matter, like as in the sense that, you know, a lot of human beings, bad human beings, burn them, you know, like, I don't like their lives, but everyone online like posts really bad analogies to like what it means to say this instead of that, like instead of. Because, you know, the objective behind Black Lives Matter is to show that, like, black lives do matter, right? Like, just because your life is black, it doesn't mean it doesn't matter, which is a really good thing. I would hope that is how people think. I would certainly hope that people do not believe that it's a thing. Also, again, but, like, to say that it's the kind of, like, that, it's like, well, it's kind of also, it's kind of saying in a moment where, because if the issue is, right, if the goal of the movement is to convince people that it matters and, like, people previously did not, then, like, holy God, yeah, like, but then the problem is, like, do people believe that all, like, there is a lot of different categories of lives that people don't believe matter right now. Like, you know, admittedly, what you're thinking about that fire example is like, oh, yeah, we care about white lives. It's like, but not the collective of them. We don't care about them because they're white, generally speaking. And I think that's the, like, you know, there's a lot of, like, groups of people, you know, like, kind of like that trans thing, right? Like, how many trans people are being murdered on the regular? How many, you know, like, disabilities, mental and physical? Like, that, to say that, like, oh, yeah, those houses aren't on fire is, like, wildly offensive to anyone. Because the whole point would just be that, like, by saying you have to care about this one issue, which in that case is, you know, again, there's gonna be another issue in the future. You're saying you can't care about those other ones, and you're not actually saying that, because what you're actually saying is like, oh no, just care about this one first. But I think when you tell people what their priorities have to be, that's a problem, because we're all different individuals, different. It's like, you know, how much do you value eating today? Like, probably highly, I imagine. I don't know. How much do you value, like, but like some people, you know, like, especially if, like, for instance, if you're on the drugs, you know, if you will, you value drugs significantly more than food and shelter and water. And like telling people to value, you know, food first, value the thing that keeps them alive, isn't gonna help that. You know, we as humans have different priorities, and to insist that there is, like, the only thing that should be on your docket is, like, make sure this, if you disagree with this is bad. If you're against the idea of human being lives mattering, you know, because of the color of their skin, yeah, screw, you know, like, if you genuinely do think that that's a problem, yeah, you are probably, I don't want to say bad human being, but, like, yeah, let's simplify and be like, you're a bad human being. But if you just have a different ordering of priorities, you know, again, I can't tell you that you have to care about any X set of lives. You know, do you have to care about my life more than your life? No. I'd like it if I could, maybe. Actually, not. You don't have to care about my life. But would it, even though, like, you know, like when I'm having if I'm having a suicidal episode, I'm on the top of a building. You know, like, obviously that's the most important priority. Be like, yeah, get me down from that. Let's not say me. Let's say someone else. I didn't want to drink this the entire time till now. And I'm not going to drink that anymore. Oh, that's not good. Man, it tastes like things. When life gives you torches, place 1,000 of them. Exactly. But yeah, I am having a good day today. I went for a nice cemetery walk. It was really good. You guys want to hear about that? You can have a good day. We're gonna enjoy that. Would you ever pirate movies, music, or video games? the thing about... Okay, so piracy is a okay thing if you genuinely didn't intend to buy the movie. Then it is a victimless crime. If you had even a chance of buying the movie, then it is not a victimless crime. Like, piracy that happens in the midst of rural India, not really the biggest issue, because how many DVDs and Blu-rays and stuff can get out there? Piracy that happens in wealthy areas of, say, the US. Do you believe in ghosts? I wish I believed in ghosts, because then I could go to my own funeral. You know, that's my big problem. I've got a serious... You can't tell me what I can't say, says Art. I actually can say what you can't say. I can quite easily as well. That's the powers that we have. Or rather the moderators have. Those people with the blue names. It's really good. Let's hear about the good day. Oh no, my day is actually, you know, you just say your day's been good as a default until you think about it more. But, I don't know, like, everything I did today just went, like, slightly wrong. And it was very frustrating. Like, I record the video, the audio was slightly off. I think it's mostly going to be good, but I know there's going to be one complaint when the video comes out, and it's going to, like, kill me as a human being. But, like, so, like, then I was like, okay, I'm going to cook some food. I tried cooking, and I've never done this before. I cooked food so bad, like, I was trying to cook naan bread again, but, like, I made the dough from scratch. I made the dough so badly, I genuinely threw up. I legitimately, like, not like, oh yeah, I threw up. It was so bad. Like, I made food, and then all of the food I threw up. My body said, no, this is not food, sir. I am returning this to you. Like, that was a wild ride, to say the least. And then, I don't know, it was just a whole thing. I tried to go to the store. Face masks have been mandatory in the UK since Monday, supposedly. I wouldn't know it living where I am, but I was like, okay, I'm gonna be good at that. Well, then you know you did something wrong in the cooking process. No, again, it was literally dough that I made. I made dough, and there aren't many poisonous ways to make dough because it's just flour and oil and salt. But believe me when I say that I put baking soda in there. Maybe that's the bicarbonate of something. Oh, I made this giant nether portal one day, and I've still never lit it. I don't know why. I guess I was planning to make it like a pretty thing. They're gonna be mandatory from the 25th. Oh wait, they're not mandatory yet. I wore a mask for no reason. What a mess up. So chat, I've got a question, right? Face masks are they're a part of our life these days. So you know you have to wear a mask on your face, right? That's a thing we have to do. You have to wear the mask over your mouth. Those are the rules. So something I've wondered, because I have a face mask, right? That's right here. Wait, let me show you my face mask. Do you think this is like legally good? Because it is covering my face, is it not? Like, it's covering my mouth, it's covering my nose mostly, very, very broadly. Like, does this count as a face covering? Because I think that it should be. Like, it's in the term. It's a face covering, right? Like, it's a yeah, that's allowed. So what I want to know is why so few people do this, because it seems like a missed opportunity. Like, we're not only allowed to wear masks, but we're saving the planet by doing so. Why are more people not doing this? Why are more people? You're one of those people, says Pygor. No, I would love to do that just to like mess with a shopkeeper, but in reality, I just wear the surgical ones. You know, the cheap, like, buy them by the pack things. I have like breathing issues in them, but like, you know what would be a bigger breathing issue? Probably having, I don't know, lung cancer or something. Oh, that was incorrect. My bad. Mask merch. IVX. Man, it would be so cool to have like a cat face merch thing. I should totally do that. I think you'll be arrested, Toy Cat. Challenge accepted, friend. Challenge accepted. You think you can arrest me? How are you going to find out who I am? Think you'll find my identity is covered by my mask? No, yeah, we had this big, there's been this big debate for a while about how masks and, like, face coverings are, like, bad because they shield your identity. And it's very interesting that, like, all of a sudden it's like, well, it's still bad. It's still not good. But you're saving more lives than you're hurting now. So that's the kind of thing. Wear a fabric mask under the mask. Hey, wait. Okay, wait. I've got a better idea. Rather than under, what about this? Okay, so... Do you think... Okay, this mask is a bit screwed up. I can do this, though. Okay, so... Okay, I think I'm covering up the nose. Okay, wait. I literally can't see because the eye holes are... Okay, there we go. There we go. We got this. What do you reckon, chat? Am I safe now? Am I safe to go inside public spaces? Are we good? We nailed this one. That's gonna be taken out of context somewhere. That's gonna be great. Oof. You're basically immortal now. COVID-19, more like Great Vid-19, am I right? Because the views I'd get on a video of me doing that would be high. Your day is so cursed, Lol, says Kyla. Top 10 out of context moments. Yeah, that's gonna show up in the compilation next month, and I'm gonna look at it and be like, are we sure that's me? I sometimes, again, like, I have a fourth channel, and by that I mean Harrison runs a fourth channel. IBX took out live streams, and every time I see something, I'm like, you know, am I? Do we want to like? Can we like triple confirm that this was definitely not a made up moment? I have like a real hard time believing things happened. Like, this is like when you tell me an unlikely story, my immediate thought is not, oh, that's crazy that happened. My thing is like, oh yeah, you made up that story. Like, not intentionally most of the time. Most people don't make up bad stories intentionally. But my immediate jump is like, oh yeah, every time you told the story to someone, you exaggerated it, and by the time you got to the end, you didn't realize that you were telling an exaggeration, not a story. So, whenever I see something of me, I'm like, that's probably true. This didn't happen. There was not a moment where Toy Cat was wearing a mouse mask for some reason with a face mask on the top. That's not a thing. Not a thing. This will be featured on Harrison's stream highlights, says Hexateron. I still don't know how to say your name, by the way. Hexateron. You know, it's Hexatron. I'm sorry. That's how it is. The Teron gets removed, turns into Tron. Hexatron sounds like a cool name. Some masks sold on Amazon don't even protect anything. I think, okay, my controversial, maybe, you know, this is, I'm gonna count this as not politics. When people talk about politics, it's like, oh no, I don't want to be doing this. I don't want to be here, man. But I think technically controversial opinion is that I think the reality behind masks is the data we have is really inconclusive. We can confirm that there's probably some benefit to either you or the people around you wearing it. But I think the bigger thing about masks, at least in the UK, I know in like certain American cities, masks were a big thing back with the first flu. But and like plague doctor masks were a thing during the plague too, whatever. But we know that they probably reduce it by some amount. But the bigger reason we have them is because we want society to not look normal. We don't want things to go back to normal because we are not ready for normal. Yeah, and by not ready, I mean like we want to be able to like freeze and go back without it seeming like we don't want it to seem like lockdown 2. We want it to seem like, oh yeah, lockdown 1 just came back. And the easiest way to make things seem not normal is if everyone has their face covered by a mask. That is my almost conspiracy sounding theory. I don't know if it is. I would be willing to bet that you could get someone to admit that publicly. Like it's not like a hidden behind closed doors. The elites are hiding the secrets from us. I think it's just we want things to not be normal, because if you think things are normal, you'll take risks that you would normally take that are fine for you to take, but you know, bad for the community of something. Stop making videos so I know I didn't miss out. You know what? I'll just get hit by a car at some point tonight, and then you won't have to worry about it. You'll have seen every Toy Cat video in existence after those new ones come out. We should always wear a face mask. The human body is weak. Yeah, right. I would love to, like... So we know that in Also, Mischievous, thank you for the 393. One of the things, I don't think this will be true, but one of the things I think would be interesting is what if we move to a society where everyone actually, you know, warm was? Because again, we know there's probably some amount of reduction. It might be in the single digits. It might only be in the low double digits. It might be as high as 40%. But it's not even, you know, it's not 100%. It's not even the majority. It's not even the plurality. But, like, I wonder, like, how many fewer germs we'd get of, like, the common cold or flu or whatever else. And I wonder, like, again, it seems brutal, but because we're not thinking about those decisions, we feel like we're not making them. But effectively, by not wearing masks during normal times, you're exposing more people to the flu. You're exposing more people to the common cold or whatever else. And I wonder how many fewer or more or whatever people would choose to do that if they, like, knew the actual impact. Because when you get in a car, you know, you have a 1 in, like, 350,000 chance of dying every time or something like... I think it's like 3.5 million. Or maybe even 35 million. But it's there is a non-zero chance you die when you get in a vehicle. That's just a fact. If people were exposed to that, they would take slightly fewer. I don't know how much fewer. How many fewer car trips. And maybe that'd be worse outcome in general. But I'd love to know the same, like, if you knew the effect of masks on regular germs, would you wear them? Because it's a personal sacrifice for the greater good. And for, like, some mild personal benefit too. But, like, it's interesting because, like, really big benefits, you know, the reason we are much more willing as a species of individuals to make risks, to do things if they benefit our own personal situation than we will for others. And maybe that's, like, because we live in individualist cultures that encourage the individual, which is, you know, it sounds like a bad thing, but there's a lot of upsides of that, honestly. But like, yeah, we live in this awful world where we care about ourselves. I worry. I wonder, like, if we. I feel like the way we deal with risks is, like, if we can eliminate a risk for ourselves by doing something, we will. If we can make things better for other people, 100%. Like, by not driving drunk, you don't kill other people, so people don't drive drunk. Some people even won't, just to save other people, so we have to have police or whatever being like, hey, we will catch you, we will put you in prison, etc., etc. But, like, the majority of people are like, oh, it might kill people if I do this. I won't. But if it's like, oh yeah, it might reduce the chance of you killing someone slightly if you don't drive, I don't know, tired, or you don't drive, or you don't, you know, like, there's lots of minor things we can do that could save a lot of lives collectively that we choose not to do. And I find it fascinating about all of those decisions are effectively Also, Welsh Lives Matter. Thank you, Pikesel. Thank you very much. Also, Twigget's having an annoying day, it sounds like. Have I done something to concern you all? What is the issue? Recently, people have been saying, like, one of the things that, like, freaks me out is when people just go, hey, Toycat, you seem sad today. And it's like, oh no. What am I, like, when it's not true, which is, like, generally the case, it's like, oh no. What am I doing wrong? It's like effectively saying, hey. Because, you know, like, if you say that to a friend, the friend can just be like, oh no, it's nothing. But to me, I know that, like, if one person says that, if 5 people say that, that means I'm signaling to the broader collection of people, hey, yeah, I'm not having fun, not enjoying myself today. Which is a bad trend, bad sign. Comes in freeze, so be careful. Is your knees weak? Arms are heavy. There's vomit on, wait, something, vomit on my mum's spaghetti. You know, I got there. I nailed it. I definitely got that meme. A-okay. But, yeah, it's, also 420, nice human being. I get genuinely, I don't know, like, maybe this is, like, again, flaws of a human being. You can see live on a stream. But just the fear that people are looking at you being like, oh man, you look like, because then that implies, I don't know, it just, when people say it, it seems like it's a nice thing individually, but given that, you know, if you think about this, this is a form of performance. It's the worst form of performance because I'm just sitting here, placing torches, talking and saying, hi, Pygol, glad you think I'm happy. No, Black, I'm glad you want me to have a fun day and night. And Grey Bruh, vomit on his sweater. Vomit on the sweater already. Mum... Oh, there we go. Vomit. That's what it is. Vomit on the sweater already. Mum spaghetti. No, wait. Damn it. Yeah, I think that is actually it. But anyway, I'm glad that I'm lighting up your Thursday, Blaze Warrior. Wait, I'm gonna change the title to that. Placing 1,000 torches to light up your Thursday. There we go. That's nice. That's great. Knees weak, arms are heavy. There's vomit on a sweater already. There we go. We did it. We sung Eminem together, chat. Are we proud of me? Did we do it good? Are we there? Are we great? So Cat, your face makes me smile. Thank you. No, it's I just because this is, again, call it a performance, call it whatever else, because there's a lot of people here. Whenever there's some things that people can say that like will get to you, and it's like, oh man, that's like not good. Everyone has like weak points, right? And when you're on the internet, those like weak points are exposed for all to see. And one of them is like, oh man, what's wrong with you today? And it's like, you, again, like I can give you the fast response. The fast response is nothing. But the correct response, and I try to give people correct responses. Like when people you know, this isn't e-mugging / Toycat tax. Thank you, Charlie V. Also, Sushento Nepune. Toycat, can we join your, okay, yeah, you can join the realms. I tweet it at IBX Toycat. Follow me there. If you ask anywhere else, I'll just tell you to follow me there. And I tweet it, and then like 2 minutes later, I delete the tweet when it's public. It only happens a few times a year now because whenever we make it public, I make it public for 2 minutes, and there are still hackers that join. There are people hard scoping that Twitter, waiting for notifications so they can hack. There are people who are excited. They're the thing they, you know, like in the same way you want to join because you want to make some point about how this is happening. Also, thank you, Charlie the Fifth. Hope you're doing great. But yeah, it's like the fast response to, oh yeah, you seem like you're doing rough today, is, oh yeah, I'm not, it's good. The real response is like, oh, what's wrong with me? Is there something? You know, like, am I speaking too slow, too fast? What's wrong with me? What's up? By the way, I'm done with this diet A&W. Actually, no, I'm gonna power through. I'm gonna get this in me. It's got a lot of sodium in, which is bad for some part of your body. Oh, it's so good. Ugh. Man, the worst bit about drinking so heavily carbonated drinks is they just don't go down. Like the stuff follows you, you know? Pro tip, don't chug carbonated drinks. Don't throw up, so I can't. Don't worry, I already did for my own food. But yeah, why are you drinking diet soda, says Pygold. Don't you know I'm on a diet? Gotta watch that figure. No, it was just, I actually am trying to drink more zero drinks because I usually drink water. But like, every day I want a dessert. Actually, wait. Again, this is probably me being weird again. But like, I need dessert in my day. If I don't have dessert, my day is like sadder. Like, life without dessert is life? You know, what is life without dessert? Is there any point? Is there? I literally can't think. Like, why would you live if there was no? If dessert was abolished tomorrow, I'd be like, well, good seeing you all. Gun to the mouth, you know, or I would, you know, I couldn't continue YouTube anymore. Like, how are we gonna do this without desserts? Like, there is no way. Without desserts, there is no life. Without life, there is no desserts. You know, that's the thing that keeps me going every day. I just anyway. So, do you have ice in the UK? That's fruity soda without any sugar, etc. Oh, I've seen it. It's got the really interesting like packaging that's like really plain, but it's like wildly expensive. I think maybe I'm thinking of something else. Make some healthy dessert, says Whitey. No, healthy dessert is not dessert. Every healthy dessert I've tried, like, with the exception of like Ben & Jerry's Euphoria, that's like kind of does the job. But even then, not like fully. Most of the flavors still aren't great. Like three of the 5 Euphoria flavors, bad. You know, it's anyway whole thing. When I went to Alton Towers, the only dessert I could eat was sorbet. See, sorbet is a good dessert. It's low calorie too. There's fewer calories than ice cream and like a cheesecake or whatever. But like dessert is the best. It's, you know, like as humans, We are like specifically hardwired. You know, the reason you crave cheesecake, the reason you crave ice cream, the reason you crave dessert is because you know, your body, from like the days we're in the wild where we had a limited amount of food, you knew the foods that could give you the most nutrition. And, you know, your body only very basically knows nutrition. But sugar's the good stuff because sugar, you can, like, you get so many calories per gram of sugar. Your body is having a field day when you eat cheesecake. That's why we love cheesecake. It's, like, so ingrained in us on that level. And as a result, when I'm eating cheesecake, my body's like, yes, everything is okay. Don't think about how, you know, there's a segment of your audience that are always, like, actively against you. Don't think about how, you know, like, I don't know, the Minecraft hasn't had a cave update in 9 years. Don't think about don't think about the naan bread that you tried to make that made you throw up. Don't think about those things. Think about how good life is now. Think about how it can only get better from here. Oh yeah, isn't this good? Isn't this good? You want to be life is worth living for dessert. And if there is no dessert in life, there is no life without dessert, no dessert without life. Also, thank you very much, Julian Coy, when you mentioned the sodium in your drink. I had a moment of deja vu. It's a fairly common topic or something, but it was a strange moment. That is a really weird one. I don't even say the word sodium. Like, if I wasn't reading it off my drink, like, I don't like the word sodium. Like, it's salt. You know, we don't have to be fancy about this. It's the same stuff. Can we hear that story about bread? It says, we do be thriving. We do be thriving. You should place dessert wells with a cake. Oh, like desert wells with a cake. I'm an idiot. Or maybe you're making a joke. I maybe missed it. Healthy desserts aren't a spilling. Yeah, you eat dessert until you feel like not eating dessert anymore. That's good dessert. Dessert where you have to stop and be like, oh yeah, I could eat more, but I won't. Nah, that's not what I'm here for. I want a whole cheesecake and I want to stop 2/3 of the way through because I'll save a third for tomorrow. Then I want to later come back, you know, later in that evening, and I want to finish down to like a 1/6 of that cheesecake. Then I want to come back another 10 minutes later thinking, what's the point of leaving a 1/6 of a cheesecake in my fridge? And I want to finish that 1/6 of a cheesecake. That's what I want to do. Anything less is not true dessert. My controller battery's going to die. I'm going to die in a really awkward place too if I don't fix this. So let's go right in the middle of here. It should be safe because I'm surrounded by torches. But is it? Let's find out. Be right back. I'm going to drink some Diet A&W. Mmm. So tasty. Oh. I put batteries in the wrong way, but I do have batteries. I just spilled yogurt all over my bed, send help. Now the first thing you want to do is go to your parents and say, I made a mess, and I'm embarrassed about it. It's my first time. I'd like you to help me clean up. Now use those words, and then enjoy the reaction when they come back. And you realize it's not a thing. The armor looks purple. Oh, you're right, it does. That's nice. Thank you, Ilya. Exo, it's Abigail. You know what? I'm just going to assume you're called Abigail, and I'm going to call you Abigail. And by that, I mean I'm going to forget that. It's going to be awkward. Also, yeah, replace desert wells of cake and make them dessert wells. Ooh. Too carbonated. Oh man, that burp was the least tasty thing I've ever done. Oh yeah, so the reason I've been drinking diet drinks is because, so dessert is the reason I live. You know, wait, can we just have an hour of this live stream to talk about dessert? Like, we've spoken about you guys' personal issues. We've spoken about how human beings are important, and a lot of people got very offended. They're like, no toy cat. Human beings are not important. Unless they fall within my tribe. And that was an experience to go through that. Glad we moved away from that real quick. But the thing I find more interesting than all of that, I'll make you a desert, says Kikau. You know, I find that offensive. Oh no, it just says I'll make you desert. Oh, probably dessert. Honestly, how do you even spell dessert and desert? But yeah, so I always get them mixed up. I thought they were the same for my whole life. Blew my mind when I learned they were different. blew it. So out of this world. Is it weird that I'm Irish but love British music? Says Decaf Danuki. No, that's pretty normal. Do you want me to say that it's weird? I'll tell you it's weird. That's so weird and wacky. I can't believe you. Are you sure that's how you really are? I used to have a bed out here, but I moved it inside, so I'd have to sleep inside there. But it's so much less convenient to have beds inside houses. Like, who wants to come home to a house every night? That's not what I'm all about. That's not what I'm all about. Also, thank you. Oh God, what is happening here? Thank you, Cat. It was good to see you here today. Oh, cool. Did I join? As one cat leaves, another joins. I have to double check the desert versus dessert thing every time. Dessert is one more S because you want more of it. Dessert is one more S because snakes designed the word. That's what I reckon. The snake society under which we all live, by the way. We all know the snakes are in control. Like we're not allowed to talk about it. It's not politically correct. But we know the snakes control everything. You know, pretty suspicious that all the good things in life have S's in. All the bad things in life, you know, cancer, no S. COVID-19, no S. Seems pretty weird that, you know, dessert, 2 S's. You know, think about, you know, Yemen, country going under civil war. Things going very badly there. No S's. The United States of America. Wow, lots of very rich country, wealthiest in the world by total GDP. Seems almost like the snakes planned it that way, huh? That's my new conspiracy theory. The snakes are in control. The snakes are in charge of everything. Minecraft equals no S. But is Minecraft bad? Minecraft might be bad. I think we've just worked it out. You know, social media. It's a crafting game. It's a mining game. Oh, Matt, pickaxe? No, a shovel. Oh, we're placing torches in Minecraft, and that's what makes it good. It wasn't good till we placed the torches. Isn't that suspicious? Serbia, says Silica. You know, we don't talk about Serbia. Okay, so let's move on from our high quality discussion about how snakes rule the world. No, yeah, so I've been trying to lose some weight, but again, I always have to clarify, like, you know, there are many great, delightful reasons to lose weight. My one is just like, oh yeah, I want to eat more food than I eat at present. I feel like I've got a chronic problem. And like basically during quarantine, I've done nothing but like ordered food, and that's caught up with me. So I want to just like lose that, you know, lose the weight that I picked up, and then because I'm going to America, home of the fast, good, cheap, and how I mentioned good food yet. There's all the food in America, and it's all insanely cheap. So I realized like I'm gonna be living in the US for a while, the United States, if you will. And so like I've been trying to like lose a bit of weight, but life isn't worth living without desserts. We've already clarified this. Like, you give me a life without desserts, and I'll give you one dead body on the bathroom floor. So I basically my plan is I need sweetness in my day. I need that feeling, and the closest thing that kind of gets me that is like very sweet zero drinks. Like I think Pepsi Max Cherry, very delicious. The flavor blend, very, very tasty. I think there's a few things that do that for me. And stop talking about desserts. So what I'm hearing, Chester Hardman, is you want me to hear about desserts more. So my favorite dessert, in case you're curious, like I'd say my favorite cake is probably carrot cake. My favorite cheesecake, I really like a good chocolate cheesecake, but I'm like New York cheesecake is good, but I think it's just bland, and the cheesecake does all the lifting. The vanilla part is just there. Like anyone who likes vanilla flavored desserts, what they're really saying is I don't like flavor, and that's fine. I mean, not liking flavor, valid opinion. Just ask my entire country, right? But you're not allowed to laugh at your own jokes. I didn't laugh at my own joke. We're all good. So yeah, food is in the U is us not cheap. At least, wait. Food is not cheap, at least not compared to South Africa. So it's not cheap compared to a developing country, but compared to developed countries, it's very cheap. America is some of the cheapest food in the world. The way you compare it is like compared to average earnings, like food, the food that you need to live would make up the lowest percent of your income. The problem is that when people think about food, they're thinking about eating at a restaurant. But like, if you think about how eating at a restaurant works, you pay a certain amount of money for the food, and then, oh yeah, you know what we're gonna do? You know what we're going to talk about? Oh yeah, you want me to stop talking about this, don't you? You're going to be offended this comes up. But you know what you do when you order food in America? You pay the person who delivers it to you. There is a bounty. There is a price put on the head of that food. And you pay it. But like what you're doing there is you're admitting at least 10, 20% of the food price is in the person that brings it to you. And then, you know, if you think about it more, it's like, so how much is the chef being paid, etc., etc., etc. And long story short, what I'm just trying to say right here is that when you're paying for certain foods, like, it's all over my GoPro too. Okay. Man, this looks so gross on my desk. I'm glad I don't have to drink the NW anymore, but I'm sad that it's all over my desk. Should I clean that? I do have a surgical mask, which doubles as a napkin. Oh, it's not very absorbent. Oh, it's all over my keyboard. Oh, no. Oh, Lord. Do you want to see the grossest thing in the world? Internet. A surgical mask covered in diet A&W. This is my personalized version of hell that I'm living in right now. Oh, do I have any paper around here? Nah, man, I spill drinks far too often. It's awful. Clean it. Nah, we'll deal with this later. I'll come back to this. Oh, Lord. Oh, no thank you. Okay, well, my desk is gross, and that's just okay. If it wasn't sticky already. I once had escargot for appetizer, and late night I also had escargot for dessert, and it was amazing. It's so good. Is escargot slugs, or am I correct? And snakes? Snails, not snakes. I mean, snakes would be tasty too. Man, you know what? Snakes are such, like, I think snakes calling themselves animals, one of the biggest ploys we ever fell for. Like, first of all, you know, how does a snake walk? Where are its wheels, you know? Second of all, 2020 is everyone's personal hell. I think controversial take here. Everyone's suffering right now, but like introverts are like, oh yeah, there are ways that life has improved, especially if you're an introverted human being. The biggest one to me is like, oh yeah, people don't invite you out anymore. You don't have to do that whole like, oh yeah, you wanna, I'll totally be there, man. Yeah, no, none of that. You organize things, and you got like you've got an instant out of any event. You gotta be like, oh yeah, I would come, but COVID-19, sorry, don't want a disease or whatever. And like everyone makes their own risks assessments about that. It's so nice. It's so great. Everyone has the instant out. So it's escargot and it's snails. Snails are just snakes with shells. That's what that is. Gross, better to clean it now than when it gets sticky later. I think it's actually easier to clean when it's sticky, because you just have to clean the stickiness. Whereas now there's a lot of liquid that needs to be mopped up. Look, this is a sacrifice I'm making for the live stream. You just thank me, you know. Thank me with your internet dollars. But yeah, I'm just saying, if snakes don't have legs, where are their wheels? How do they move around if they don't have wheels? It just seems pretty odd to me that we never question that. Seems like we the snakes not only run our society, as we've already concluded, but also they get we don't even question their lack of legs. That's the grip hold they have over the media. You won't hear about this in mainstream news, but snakes do in fact not have legs and manage to hide their wheels pretty successfully from us too. Pretty darn successfully. Okay, we got this. How many torches left, says Bouncy Hopper 99. You know what? That's a question I choose not to answer. It's about 300, 400 left, I think. Sticky is harder to clean up. I disagree with that. Maybe like I just deal with different types of sticky than you do. But in my experience, sticky's just like give it a wipe, give it a rub. Whereas when something's wet, you have to like mop it up Then there's a little bit of stickiness, or like you can never clean something up before it's fully not sticky. So yeah, it's all good. Toy Cat, what are the group your audience are against you? Says Jim Hoffman. No, there's a bunch of like what it is actually. Like I think most people who choose to watch a YouTube channel generally like it, but you see this any like sub community that gets formed. You see this on Discord, obviously, like, in its most vocal place. And there's like some people who are there who don't like. I know they look at other people like, oh, why would you like Toy Cat? Oh, I just because we're all here, like, is that being the? And there's a collection of like, you know, we've seen all sorts of awful things come from there. Like, oh yeah, you know, like I've seen people recently like taking a bunch of clips out of context and like that, you know, like which is fine. Like that's.
I am legitimately upset at how much easier it is for you to get cans of Diet A&W than for my local supermarket in America to source it, and you just use it as a bloody desk cleaner.
You can't get Diet A&W in your supermarket? That's pretty. Isn't that insane? That it's easier. Like they decided like it makes more sense to ship it all the way to my tiny, you know, supermarket. It's a convenience store actually in the UK. That made more sense for them on a business level than to. Why do I have chests here? I guess I'm just gonna break the chests and take them with me. You're not sure. This is what I do now. But isn't that insane that they managed to make that little trade-off justification for themselves? Oh yeah, I removed all the dirt from this mountain that one time because I was looking for dirt. I didn't even take it all with me, which seems like a waste. To me, at least. I put a random endstone in there. That's going to be a pain for me later. The voice sounded extra interrupting that time. It totally did. It totally did. But no, yeah, so, I don't know. I get really, like, wildly frustrated that, like, people who are, like... if anyone is, like, has ill will towards me, my thing is, like, hey, please stop watching. It's cool. I know you think that I appreciate your view, even if you... But it's like if you don't want to, if you actively want harm to come to me, don't do that. If you want to, if you joke about actively wanting harm to come to me, or like trying to dox me or whatever, knowing that has gotten people killed before, like no, just don't. It's good. It's like so like toxic in some places. Like when people like this is something I've mentioned before. Like it happens in certain sub communities. But once you get to a certain size on YouTube, people stop thinking of you as a human being. They stop talking to you, and they start talking about you. Even, like, to you. They start talking about you to you, you know? They're like, this Toy Cat guy, huh? And it's like, man, they're being like, I don't know. It's not quite being dehumanized, because that's a strong word, but people are removing the humanity from a situation. It's I don't know, it's like it's just, I don't know, it's when you're on the internet, you like to believe that people who watch you are it's obviously parasocial friendship we have here. You don't know me as much as I know. No, you know me more than I know you. I only know about you, what we learn from these streams here, etc. But I get it just like it's one of the saddest things. Like there's a group of people that are like, hey, stop doing that, or if you want to do that, go away. But because it's on the internet, they're like, nope, I'm gonna just keep on doing these things. And it's like, please do not. This is not okay. It's not funny. I'm like, some people even think that like, oh yeah, if I just like friend you over and over again, that's how we become friends, right? Because you know you have to respond to the threats, and maybe when you respond to the threats, you'll realize that we're actually best friends all along. And it's like, no, that's not how. Even like sometimes it's like, oh, it wasn't a direct threat. It was a tacit threat. Like, I know where you sleep at night, Toy Cat. And it's like, oh no, it's fine. It's like a joke threat because we're friends. We make that. It's like, you gotta realize the parasocialness of it all. Anyway, that's the response to your question, Kylie. It's been a really rough day, but thank you for writing up times 1,000. Because we're placing 1,000. Because, yeah, hey. No, thank you, Kylie. Thank you for lighting up my day. It's not often enough said, but you know what? You make my day marginally better as well. Because, again, the one cool thing about, like, the cool thing about people who super chat or use Streamlabs like Kylie just did right there. It's like they're reminded like, oh yeah, some people genuinely must have some good feelings towards me. Must have, they want good, like, like some people maybe they're just doing it for the name on screen. But some people are just like, yeah, I like the Toy Cat stream. I want to support it. They know that like the more people who tip or whatever else, the more incentivized there are to these things, and therefore they want to see these things more. And that's like, it's a nice thing to see because like it's so easy to choose words on the internet to be like, it's like it's like the whole thoughts and prayers thing. Like just saying, oh yeah, saying I think something is bad is less valuable than fixing the thing. Saying you like something is less valuable than being like, oh yeah, here's my active support showing that I do in fact. And yeah, you lighten up my day times 3.93 Great British pounds, Kylie. Okay, we're gonna keep on going this way a bunch, I think. All the way to the edge of the world, actually. You know what? Screw it. We're gonna make it there. We're gonna get all the way. It's gonna be great. To chat together today, we're going all the way together. Can you super chat yourself again? See, technically speaking, every time I super chat myself, I'm anti-supporting these streams. I am throwing money straight to the YouTube coffers at the expense of myself. There was a reason that I was maybe mildly intoxicated the last time I did it. That's all I will say. That's all I will say. Place the torch there. And then at 375. And then at 381. Oh man, what is this little random hill? Okay, 381 is there. Yeah, what a weird thing. Huh. It's a place through torches, father. Man, this like diet NW is just not getting not evaporating yet. Is that fire aspect on your Neverite sword? Heck yeah, it is. Heck yeah, it is. Why can I not? I'm having a bad day at breaking torches, so apparently. Do you see how long it took me to do that? That was it's pretty sad. Hayekian said the ETH I donated you has gone up 3 times the value since. Looking forward to another 10 times. Yeah, I've been making some investments in the space. Not enough that like I become like wildly wealthy if it goes up, but like I believe in it. I think it's gonna go places. I think some good things will happen. Also, it's cool that you still watch the streams, Hayekian. I learned who Frederick Hayek, I think it is since the last time you were here, so that's cool. I always knew he was like probably an icon, but like your name, you being really into crypto and your name being Hayekian, it makes more sense now. It's cool. Learning things is cool. Learning is great. I was thinking about that today, actually. This is a point that some take offense to. But I was thinking about, like, in the same way, I think we spoke about in Let's Play, like, the group that society has historically been most biased against, that's been most discriminatory against, has been, generally speaking, stupid and ugly people. Like, as a society, we are very, very unforgiving towards people who are stupid and towards people who are ugly. If you are not, I'd say societal beauty standards, but like if you're not conventionally attractive, or not even conventionally attractive, if you're not attractive to some human being, you have slightly worse treatment than if you are not intelligent. If you are stupid, you are generally speaking going to have a harder time in pretty much anything. And one of the things that made me realize that is that we always say one of the clear paths forward for any like, if you want to fix an issue, if you want to like bring equality or whatever, I fall under both those categories, says Ezra Morgan. If you didn't fall under both those categories, you wouldn't enjoy my company, that's for sure. See, it's self-depreciating. Or maybe it's all of you depreciating. I guess it is more all of you depreciating. We have that in common. There you go. That's self-depreciating now. Free plastic surgery and brain implants. But it's like, I was thinking about it because one of the things that we know is one of the great equalizers is education, right? The reason that people choose to have more children, generally lack of education. The reason that if you look at pretty much any issue, you can stem it all the way back down to, oh yeah, people something education. But that's like such a anti, because like obviously you can educate anyone, but the people who take best education are those who are at the smartest. Also, Patricia Hender says, I've thrown a bunch of random comments with questions with no response, so my usual relationship on the internet. Exactly, there you go. That's how it works. That's what the internet's here for. Statistically, that's how it's always going to work. It almost seems crazy to ever leave a message. Like, I'm so grateful that people do try to have genuine conversations here. Because so much of what people throw in, like, I think that people who are less smart will comment more on the internet because they don't realize how dumb what they're saying is. And that sounds mean as I say it out loud. Because I didn't realize how dumb or how mean what I was about to say was. I didn't filter what was coming out there well enough. But I'm gonna stand by it. I think if you are less there are those two things why I say people are discriminated against, they're not intelligent, as not as conventionally attractive. I think obviously it depends on the particular thing, but like yeah, if you are both physically and mentally disabled, you might be seen like being anti-abled. I don't know what word is being. There is a term like being ableist, I think is what it is, which is weird because like whatever anyway. But that is like effective. Like that is the way. Again, that's the thing we do as a society in a way, kind of subconsciously, because for the longest time, we genuinely, if someone like again, this is maybe this. I was gonna say maybe messed up. This is definitely messed up. For the longest time, for most of human history, for most of the time there has been humans, it would be like, oh yeah, are you not able to fend for yourself accurately? Okay, dead. If the answer is no, you are dead. We'd just be like, nah, you're good. This for the same way, for most of history, I would even argue, to a lesser extent now, if you are unattractive, you do not breed, you do not pass on your genes. You die, and those genes die with you. Like if you really think about it, the way society's been working since forever is we're making more and more attractive human beings every generation, because only the top 70% or so will be able to breed. It's weird. It's a strange thing to think about. Maybe an uncomfortable thing to think about. In fact, definitely an uncomfortable thing to think about. But the weirdest bit of that is that it means that we the weirdest bit of looking at humans and realizing that we're different now than we have been before. Because I'd say arguably the only reason it's different now is because like nowadays, like if you're a guy and you're ugly, you can have resources potentially on your side. You can, if you don't think you're attractive, you can try and gather some resources, try and be like a secure place for someone to take their mate. Other people are endowed to donate their seed. Isn't that beautiful? I wonder, this is like those messed up studies that we won't do because it will hurt people's feelings. And yeah, again, myself included. I am not attractive. My feelings will be hurt by this study. But I'd love to know, like, if you look at a sperm bank, and you look at like all the sperm that never gets used, all the seed. Can you say sperm? I can say sperm. No one's stopping me. I wonder how that would go, IBX, okay, you look like Quentin Tarantino. I don't know if I ever told you that. People do tell me, and it makes me go, ooh, that's a bad sign. Like, the way you can... Okay, this is my life pro tip for anyone out there. Maybe it's a bad life pro tip. I don't think so. My life pro tip is no one knows how attractive they are. Everyone has self-image issues. No matter how attractive you are. You might be a 10 out of 10 and think you're ugly. I used to not believe that people could actually think, like, genuinely attractive people could think they were ugly. Because, it's always attractive people who are saying, like, oh, I just, like, they fish for compliments, like, oh, I'm so ugly all the time. And what I want to think is, like, no, screw you, you're getting all the sympathy that people who actually, the people, like, the 1% of the beauty gets 99% of the compliments. And sometimes they get it by pretending to, and because people know that, the way that you can, like, pretend to be like, oh yeah, I'm just so ugly, can you guys compliment me? been a while since someone said. But like, I think what it is like people genuinely don't have a handle. I'm sorry, but you don't look like Tarantino. You know, wait, chat. This is the barometer. Chat, do I look like Quentin Tarantino? If you don't know who he is, don't say yes or no. Just say, is it a yes? Is it a no? But yeah, people, the people who are attractive don't seem to know it, or you know, maybe they are. I used to think they were just fishing for compliments. I think it is just like it's hard to gauge your own attractiveness. So I think we need to have, first of all, know the age gap. Everyone is their most harsh critic. Not narcissists. Narcissists are their own. Narcissists are their own like cheerleading squad. You know, like, hey, what's that? Is you know, I'm in his house today. Everyone needs to be mild. Like, it'd be better if everyone was like mildly more comfortable with complimenting themselves. Like, oh yeah, I do look good today. You know, I think everyone has had that moment at one point in their life where they're like, oh yeah, you know, you say nice things to yourself in the mirror. Usually it's after alcohol's involved, I'll admit. But everyone I feel like everyone has moments where they're like, oh yeah, I like this guy. And I think that's cool. I think everyone should have more moments that way. I think actually, you know, I think our self-loathing is something that keeps you in check. Like, I try to be a better human being, and a lot of people try to be better human beings every day too. But if you thought you were like, oh yeah, everyone loves me all the time, I'm the greatest. Like, the reason a lot of YouTubers go insane, I mean literally insane, and then end up doing whatever dumb stuff you've seen them do. You are the answer to the question, what if Quentin Tarantino was cute? But, like, a lot of YouTubers go insane because they have this entire group of people who will they cannot do any wrong in their eyes. And, like, that is a powerful thing if you use it correctly. Like, if there's a bunch of people who are there for you, using that as a way to, like, get lifted up when you're down. Like, hey, chat, I'm feeling like my YouTube videos don't help anyone. I'm but, like, when I have days where I'm like, I don't know why I'm doing this, chat can lift me up. Even if I don't say it explicitly, you know, people are like, oh yeah, I love your stuff. I think about you, even when I'm not actively watching your videos. Sometimes I don't forget that you're a human being. Like, just, you know, that simple thing is like, that's cool. Like, having a support mechanism in place via a channel is cool. But a lot of people take it to the extreme and are like, oh my god, I get 15 compliments a day talking about how good looking I am. I get 15 comments a day saying how much they love to meet me. I am a commodity. I am a resource that is in hot supply. Like, I think, you know, like, if it, you know, everyone always complains about the girl who, like, is very attractive, but doesn't know that she's very attractive, so she complains, like, I'm just so ugly, right? Because I think that if you were wildly attractive and you knew it, if you knew that, like, 99% of the people who are attracted to your gender on this planet, you know, would be excited to have you on their arm, have you on their finger. I'm not sure what the phrase is. I think it's have you around their arm, right? Like, because you put people in your arm. I referred to you as a friend to her coworker today. Does that make you feel special, says Chantalix Lee? See, that's a parasocial relationship gone wild, am I right? What's next? Are we going to be going to parties together? Am I going to be your hobby's godfather, you know? I actually would love to be that. You know, that'd be cool. I want that version of that. No, I think that is, like, even though I think it's very, very cool that we can have such, I guess the word is, like, asynchronous relationships. Like, asynchronous in the sense that you live 6 hours or whatever it is, maybe behind me, but also asynchronous in, like, oh yeah, something, we can develop our relationship, you know, friends. We can develop our relationship, and we can, but we can do that at different times. You know, I can develop it with you, and then a week later, when you finally get around to watching the Let's Play, you can develop it with me. You have the personality that I look for in a boyfriend, says Marissa. Oh, did they delete their own comment, or did it just go up? Oh, Marissa Mustabasic. You know, there you go. That's a nice compliment. I like that. It's like, it's cold and robotic, so you know it's not coming out of the heart. It's coming out of the brain. That's what I like to hear. You know what? Everyone give me cold robotic compliments. I'd enjoy that. But yeah, if someone knew that, like, I think I made this example to a friend yesterday. Like, if you are young, because oh, I don't know if I should say this. You know, I'm gonna say it anyway. But I have a friend. I have a friend of a friend who is like pretty big on OnlyFans, but they promote it using their like actual social media. So as a result, my friends know about it, which is like, first of all, like I admire the balls, or maybe the lack of thinking. I'm not sure which it is, but so, but like the logic is like, oh yeah, if you know, or even just suspect that you're attractive, it's like, yeah, I've got this work of art, I've got this thing people want to look at, and you know, can charge them to look at it. Why would you not? And I wonder, like, man, that on like a more extreme scale, some goes crazy places. Also, I'm gonna read your very cold robotic compliments. I find you adorable, but I'm pretty sure that isn't a compliment. Yeah, adorable is like what you call a puppy. And don't get me wrong, I would love to be a puppy one day, but I don't think I long for it. You think of everything in very logical ways, says Modestas Zizas. I think too logical. I think it like probably like, you know, like I guess it's like called overthinking in some cases, right? It's like that whole like, should you give a short answer or a long answer? Most people just give the correct answer, whereas I think like, which one do you want right now? Which one are you looking for? Like, okay, Henry Mirred Valley says you have an amazing hairline. What I should say, yeah, that's cool. My actual answer is like, what the heck is a hairline? How do I have a good one? Like, isn't my hairline is down here, right? Or do you mean my hairline up there? Did you mean like I have a friend? He's 25 too. He's gone like mostly bald. Oh, the diet drink has not cleaned itself up yet. Liam Horgan says Twicat's a numbers kind of guy. He thinks mathematically. Yeah, I think that's what it really comes down to. Like, you know how everyone has like a different type of learning they're best with? I think your feel like the subject that your brain works best in defines a lot about you. You know how like when you speak different languages, it genuinely changes how you see different things. Like if you speak a language where keys are masculine instead of feminine, you'll think of keys as being, you know, men, not women. It's really insane that that's true, but it is. So, fun fact. Hello, is Toycat? Yes, please answer. Says Evan Angel. Toycat is, in fact, yes. Is there such thing as a good hairline? You know, you make me question that. How'd you get all these tools, says Skylar Rose? You should watch my Let's Play if you want to find that out. But yeah, that's great. By the way, also finally someone who respects Smite Swords, says just the one user. Yeah, if you're playing survival, there's no reason to have sharpness over Smite, in my opinion. Maybe like have both, but Smite is so much better than sharpness for playing single player. And if you're playing multiplayer, sharpness is so much better than Smite. That's the simple breakdown, right? Toycat, take aim, MDBTI. Is that the Myers-Briggs thing? No, I hate personality tests with a thing. This is what I was talking about. Like, I guess because my brain is like hardwired to be good at subjects that are very, very methodical and locked down. You know how there's like okay, like economics is an example of a subject I like, but the thing about economics, which way do you say it? Hey, thank you, Pygol Toycat Tax, because it feels right. you ever just you know, do something because it feels right? Well, Pygol does, and you know how good it feels? Probably good. I haven't checked up recently. I have Smite on my axe, but not my sword. Oh, that's clever, actually. That's clever. I just realized I can kill spiders with this axe, like in one hit, probably. Right? Oh, that's smart. Oh man, I'm hyped for that. Gonna kill some spiders. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be delightful. You get it? Delightful. Lightful. But yeah, thank you, Pygol. It's good to see you here. I again, always recognize you when you show up here. I think again, also recognize that you are, I think, Jewish. Maybe is that correct? Maybe Texan. Probably a female. You know. There we go. Look at that, nailing down these ones one by one. Is Smite really better than Sharpness? That feels wrong. It's better than Sharpness against zombies, skeletons, wither skeletons, and the wither, which are the things that you would probably be fighting most in a standard survival world. Because Sharpness is like the all-rounded achievement. Smite is like the this kind of thing. What does your name mean? I've been watching for a while, but I can't figure it out. Toy Cat is just dumb 6-letter characters. IBX is Imperial Battalion 10. Why is it Imperial Battalion 10, you ask? Well, I wish that it wasn't. And if you like, I say hello, I'm a Toy Cat in all my other channels. My gamer tag is Toy Cat, but you know, IBX is part of the identity at this point. We're sticking with it. Well, you invited. Oh, enjoy Ticket Tax. Are you gonna do more world reviews? I am excited. I'm traveling in August, like for the first time in forever. Like I've been not traveling for 6 months, 5.5. And it's been weird for me. But like, you know, we finally come to the end of the time where we have to sacrifice. And then we went to the end of time where you should sacrifice. Now we're in the time where countries are begging for your like tourism begging for your tourism money. And yeah, I think it's I think I wanna go help those countries out. More than I wanna help, actually not. Let's not finish the part of that sentence. IBX is an old RuneScape guild. Exactly. Were you invited to SMP Earth? I was, but it was a Java server, and I was really busy when it started. And I didn't want to join, like, too late after it started. Like, you know how it is, like, you don't want to... You want to be part of the initial wave. You don't want to be the person who hops on something that's just kind of vaguely popular. Like, one of the ideas, so many other YouTubers have said to me, because, you know, I do a lot of speedrunning, is like, Toy Cat, you need to do speedrunners versus hunters. You need to do a Bedrock version of that. And every single time someone says that, I'm like, but, you know I'd get 1 trillion views or whatever. Yeah, because it's the Dream series. Dream is a wildly successful YouTuber doing precisely that. But also at the same time, it's like, but I don't want to just do something because someone else is doing it and it's successful. I, you know, try to add something or do it better or different or like cancel it out or whatever. I'm just, it's a whole thing. And yeah, so like SMP Earth had already started. Like it was my thing. If I'd have been there since the start, I'd love that. But I wasn't, and so I didn't. Make more, if not all, Realm experiments, member only. Yeah, I might do like some offshoot Realm experiment for members. That might be fun. Honestly, what it is I just people. I wanna tell you all about a thing because there's this one of the things that I'm like straight up terrified with is like when I mess up a simple video. Like again, I just had a video. There was a world tour today, and I messed up a little bit. Like I could have done a better job. And when I mess up, like I don't know, every now and then I record a video. I'm like, this could have been better. I didn't like this, and like some of those times I just scrapped the video. And it's like if I can't get this like perfectly right, why should I try make like whenever there's the video that people really want from me, I am terrified. Like the expectations are the worst thing for me. I live life so much better in a world where no one expects anything. Like I like that people are shocked and surprised when I upload. Will I play Minecraft like a communist? Or you know, tomorrow I'm gonna be uploading like building all the Minecraft structures from memory. No one expects it. It's just like, oh yeah, guess I'm doing that. I like that there's no expectation in mind about what people expect and want and need. Expectations like terrify me because if you have high expectations for something, you can be let down. And that's why like loads of my most popular series, when I do them, I'm like, oh, we need to do this right. I need to be like on top of my game for hours while I record that. And then I need to make sure it's edited just right. Then I need to find the right, you know, YouTube title. And it's like, oh, I don't know, man. How about we don't? And so like, yeah, so because everyone requests realms all the time, I hate making a new realm. Because it's like, okay, this thing, you know, one hacker, they ruin this whole thing for everyone. So I've got to watch out for hackers. I've got to have an interesting point to make. It's got to be not obvious from the start what it's going to be. I've got to like, you know, I'm curious as to where this is going. And it's like, oh yeah, and so yeah, realm things is like I don't enjoy. Like The reason they've gone way down in number is because it's like, okay, I've got to stop thinking that people want them. I'll just do them when it's fun. Because when people want something, this is why announcing things, like I never announce videos ahead of time. I don't even have a stream schedule. I stream when I stream, and I'm really glad that you can all make it down. Because if you tell people ahead of time about something, you can only give brief details. You make an announcement, right? You try and build the hype. People build a version of that thing in their minds. That's what they do. And then when the thing, and then the more you talk about the thing, the more they know about the thing coming out, the more they expect it. Every time that happens, people adjust their expectation upwards very slightly. Maybe not upwards, but like they build it. And if you're doing a good job, you're building hype. If you do a bad job and you let people, you're downgrading hype. So you gotta let people know about this thing, and it's like, oh, this is gonna be this good. Can't wait till Toycat does his serfdom experiment or whatever. And it's like, oh no. But then every time when people are thinking about it, they're building a version in their head that I can't live up to, Honestly, I was like, meeting strangers on the internet that you've been talking to forever, I think it's the same thing. Like, you don't know how you're gonna talk to them until you talk to them in person. So the more you like build up someone in your head, the more chance there is for it to fail. And sometimes it works and it's great and they're just as good as you anticipated. And sometimes it's like, oh, yeah, I guess that would have been a thing. Okay, that's cool. If you make the realms member only, you should have more perks than membership. Yeah, but I don't want anyone to pay for membership thinking they'll get a realm, because that's the exact same thing. Being like, oh yeah, I have... Like, you're saying that, Ruben von Straten, because you're a member. You are a member. You would benefit if I did members-only realms. But there's a lot of people who, it goes without saying, would probably not benefit if I were to do that. Interestingly enough. And those people are not in favor of that system. Because ultimately, isn't that what it all comes down to? On some level. Like, people want... Am I alive? I'm alive. I meant live, not alive. I know I'm alive. If I wasn't alive, it wouldn't smell like root beer. Diet root beer, too. Ooh. Streamers chill. No, you're slow. At trying to get done what you want to. Yeah, I love these streams because, like, no one comes in here being like, oh, Toycat, you only placed 872 torches today. Or like, oh, Toycat, what are you doing? It's like, let's chill. Let's hang out. Let's have a conversation. It's so much better. It's just objectively better. Like, I know what it's... I guess, like, expectations aren't bad if you don't mind not meeting them. But I try to meet people's expectations. And that... Maybe that's, like, an unhealthy thing. Maybe you should just... Like, because the only problem is, like, the exact opposite end of that is also awful. Like, I don't care what you want from me. I'm gonna do me. But it's like, well, that's also toxic. That's, like... That's an attitude of only I matter, only my wants and desires are a thing. You gotta find some balance between what people want and what you want. And that's how you exist on the internet, happily, Okay, we got another 3 stacks of torches, then we're running out, chat. It's gonna be crazy. I realized that after a couple dozen lifetime jobs, getting a new one, even temporary, scares me precisely because it's been a catastrophe so many times. Insecurity is a human thing. Yeah, security is one of the basic hierarchy of needs things that we have. But it's interesting how many ways that can manifest as being terrifying. Like, having to do anything for the first time, I'm sure I'm not alone, like, can be scary. Even going to a store type that I've never been to before, like, and this is a hypothetical because I have been to a pet shop. Going to a pet shop to look for a pet, if I hadn't bought a pet before, I think I would be, like, nervous about that. I'd be like, okay, I'm going to go into the store. I'm going to look for a pet. And then how do you buy an animal? Do I go up to a salesperson and be, hey, I would like that animal in that cage there, please? Like the specifics on how you actually would do that would terrify me if it's like, I really want to do this. I want to have the animal and I'm willing to pay for it, but I don't know the process on how. So then they're like, are they going to like demand I have a cage? So I have to buy a cage there as well, And then it's like, like, is there like a registration document? Like, obviously most animals don't have documents, but I know that like really high-end animals have a little certificate that comes with them, like certificate of authenticity or whatever. And it's like, well, I'm probably not getting one of those, but like, maybe, you know. And then Tiffany says rescue is better, but it's like, oh yeah, rescue places charge you to like rescue the animals. It's like, is that money going to a good thing? Let's not think about it. Probably going to a good place. So that's like, okay, I'll go to a rescue place. I'll go find me a rescue shelter. And then how much should I be paying? Do I feel ripped off if? Oh damn it, I can't kill the spiders with just this. It seems, but adopt, don't shop. Yeah, exactly. Let me clarify. I'm saying this right now. Although, like, I was talking about like a guinea pig or something before. The anyway, my whole thing, all I'm trying to say, is that like all those thoughts like race through my head because sometimes like one of the worst questions to me is like when people are like silent, like, so what would you like today? And it's like, I like this, and they're like, then they blank you, and it's like, I just want to be like, hey, haven't done this before. What's the process? So I just give you the money and you give me an animal? That's great. That's delightful. Like when I tried to call up to get my like electricity changed because I changed provider, and it's like, so how do you guys do that? Like the electricity, you're not rewiring my house. How are we changing electricity? Like what exactly is changing here, friends? Like the there's a lot of situations where it's like you just want like buying a door. It's like, oh god, like I don't know what a door should cost. I do now. I've got a door bought now. It's all good. We're great. Having an interaction you've never had before is like, geez, it's scary to me. Clearly not to a lot of people here, and I'm happy for you all. I'm very I wish that was me. I think what it is, it's the whole overthinking things, right? Like if you don't think about things, there's a lot of situations that are happier. But also that's how you seem like a stupid person at the outside, I was having actually wait, I want to know your thoughts about this, because do you ever have a conversation with someone where they just go, haha, lol, like I saw it on Tinder as like I saw it on Reddit as like the she's not interested in you starter pack, and it's like one-line responses just being like, haha, I guess. Like, when people have conversations with you where they don't like, where they just respond to what you say without pushing it back, without saying something interesting, themselves, or asking a question back to, pushing back or changing subject even, when people just like go, haha, yeah, me too. When like, disproportionate conversation responses. Now I feel you. There's definitely super easy thinks I've overthought. Yeah, I think it's just like what I try to do when I want something now is just like, I'm just gonna go there, nothing in mind. I'm not gonna Google it. I'm just gonna show up, hope for the best. But like sometimes when it comes to like travel stuff, like if you mess this up, it's like, oh, that's bad. Like if you show up to a hotel without a credit card, you cannot stay at that hotel. That is a huge like, oh god, where am I gonna stay for the night? Like you can like if you show up to an airport without the card that you paid for a flight in, they probably won't call you in it, but could be messed up. There's a lot of like tiny random things that are just expected for you to know before doing a thing in the travel world, where it's like, you'll be messed up if you don't. It's like, oh god, yeah, gotta be aware of that. And I think that's ultimately what it is. Like, we have really complex procedures, and then every now and then we have something really complex that no one would know about, that we just pretend that everyone's meant to know about. Like, oh, you don't know about the conveyancing fees when you buy a house? Oh, you amateur. Can't believe you didn't know that you just have to pay someone like £1,000. When you buy a house, by the way, let me tell you something I don't like. You have to. This is a requirement. You pay someone money. In some cases, it's close to 1,000. It's usually like a few hundred, but sometimes you get. I think mine was like 600 maybe. You pay someone the better part of 1,000. They go to your house and they give it a valuation. They give it a guess. And the thing that annoyed me, to this day I'm still like upset about, is the guy, like, again, my guy got paid £600, and He came back, and the value he gave was the exact price. Like, I pay a really weird specific amount for my house. He gave the exact price that I paid my house as the value of it, which means that in reality, he just went there and was like, yeah, the amount you paid is about good enough. Like, maybe he looked for like, lime scale or I don't know what is bad in a house. But, like, I pay a lot of money for someone to go like, oh, yeah, you know that price you paid? Yeah, that's what it is. Good job. It's like, man, that sucks. There's no way around it. There's no... you can try and use a different someone, this, that. But you got to trust that they're going to do it correct. If you use the wrong guy and they give a accurate thing and it goes down in value, the mortgage company won't give you a mortgage on it because it's not worth as much to them as they expect. All I'm trying to say right here, what I'm trying to get at with all of these words, is that there's a lot of things that you're meant to know about, like you need to know about to exist in the adult world that just aren't told to you. And then there's also a lot of like. And then when you go into a really simple process and like overthink it, they're like, you're overthinking. Like, again, when you go into a store and they're like, this is really basic, sir. You just this. And it's like, well, it's basic to you because you work it. You know this. But I've never, I haven't got a library card as an adult. That's probably easy. Do I need ID for a library card? Can I say any name? Can I get a library card and the name Max Power? So many questions, so many questions. I don't have answers to any of them. By the way, we're back on the mountain. Isn't that nice? Starting where we're finishing. Or finishing where we're starting. We have just another... Oh, we are not placing torches at all. Honestly, it's been a slow stream just because of how much up and down there's been. Which is good. I like a slow stream. I like more opportunities to say words. And some of those words can be bad. Some of those words can be good. There are no rules to library cards. I reckon that depends on the library. I'd be willing to bet that different libraries have different rules and stipulations to them. I reckon there's a library card that requires ID somewhere. Every library is going to be different. I think that's one of the cool benefits of, like, people always talk about McDonald's and they're like, oh yeah, people, McDonald's is everywhere. It's the same everywhere, and people think that it's only successful because that one formula is the best. Like, oh yeah, McDonald's has perfected the art of the burger. I don't think that's true. I think it's pretty okay. It's impressive how cheap it is. Like, it's the economies of scale on that burger are really good. But I think the way more impressive thing that McDonald's does is, like, anywhere in the world you go, you ask for a Big Mac and fries. Like, you say those words in English, anywhere in the world, in one of these places, you hand over some amount of the local currency, and they will give you the exact same, no matter where you're on the world. Big Mac, and I guess, they'll probably ask, do you want large? That's a whole translation issue right there. But the fact that you can end up with anywhere in the world. And also, like, Coke. Coke is the same word in every language. Coke is Coke. I need a piece of mail addressed to my address to get a library card plus ID with my address. Jesus, like, what's wrong with your library? Has there been like a giant book heist and they need like everyone's in and out information right there? That's wacky in my opinion. So McDonald's talk is making me hungry. Man, McDonald's is just, since it came back, it's been lame. They have like a reduced menu and it's like, man, this is not what I'm all about. This is I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan. Execute the middle class. High quality comment, Holy Vector. I've often thought that the problems of the world could be solved by simply executing people I disagreed with. But I'm glad that you proved that that's true. Oh, this is a correct torch placement. Huh. And so is that. Okay, we're good now. So now we go back to this one at 104. And we go down to 63. There we go. We're getting here. We're slowly but surely getting to a world where there are torches covering its entirety. I'm not really feeling McDonald's right now, says Croissant. Oh no, right now I'd be very hyped to go for a McDonald's in the world. Why is there redstone on the mountain, says Jesus. See, I'm glad you asked, Jesus. See, all you gotta do is super chat. No, I'm not going to. No, the reason there is redstone on the mountain, you see, it's a funny story. It's a very funny story. Also, we can't place a redstone torch over there. So let's instead go to 36, which is here, I think. And then we'll just place nothing there. Yeah, that works. We'll just place nothing there. What a great solution I have. But yeah, no, the redstone's on the mountain because I was like writing with it. I think it's one of my dumb techniques in my 43 things you should know about Minecraft video is you can stop snow falling with redstone. But I was actually just placing like redstone on the mountain to write Toy Cat, so it would show up on a map, I think. That was my thing. They've only just brought muffins and bagels on the breakfast menu. Oh man, I might have to do some McDonald's breakfast soon. I'm so envious that in America McDonald's breakfast is all day. Like I'm taking advantage of that every day in America. Every day, every single day. You know, because I think it's pretty breakfast phobic that every single day, like at 11 a.m. they're like, breakfast is over. We have decided from up above, from our ivory tower, as the McDonald's staff, that you shall not be allowed any breakfast items. Your breakfast is official. Like, I think that's messed up. I think that is McDonald's overreach right there. They are deciding who breakfasts and who doesn't, and I don't like that at all. They got rid of all day breakfast. I'll stop at 10:30. No. That's not true. You're lying to me. It's a funny joke. Haha, Alina. Haha, you got me good there. Oh yeah, no all day breakfast anymore. What a funny joke. Haha. That's yeah, humor. Pretty dumb how breakfast isn't all day everywhere. Yeah, right. Like they think they know my breakfast habits. They think they get me. They think they can control when I do or do not eat breakfast. No, thank you. I'm passionate about breakfast, okay? Like, McDonald's breakfast is like, honestly, like, McDonald's burgers, like I said, like, they're average. They exist. You can eat them. Edible. You know, like, not bad. No, you know, like, they're good, you know? They're consistent. They're not good, they're consistent. But McDonald's breakfast is, like, objectively good food, in my opinion. I think it's hard not to like McDonald's breakfast. If you're into sausage patties and like again, oh man, I'm picturing it now. I'm salivating at the thought of McDonald's breakfast. Maybe Nevada still has all day breakfast. There's still hope. You know, I need to. This is right now. You know, there's no. I didn't have time to mop up my desk during the stream, which by the way, it's all gone now. There is no more Diet A&W on my desk. But what I do have time to do right now, this very moment, is, hey Google, is McDonald's all-day breakfast in Las Vegas?
According to McDonald's, visit your nearby McDonald's and choose from a full menu of favorites, including McCafe registered coffee, all-day breakfast.
Hey, that's the one. That's what I like to hear. That's what I like to hear. Okay, we're good. Let's talk about how you can only get tamales in the morning. Is that like a Mexican food? Like honestly, I think you know, like not, you know, I am Asian, so this is me bigging up my own culture above others, which is allowed because as long as I'm not talking about anything white related, that's okay. But let me just say, Asians get breakfast better than anyone else. Do you know what breakfast is in Asia? Like, I'm mostly South and Southeast Asia, but also here. Do you know what breakfast is in Asia? Breakfast is whatever meal you have at the start of the day. Do you want to have noodles? Breakfast. Do you want to have a cheesecake? Breakfast. Do you want to have a pint of melted ice cream? I mean, bad for your cholesterol levels or whatever. Breakfast, though. Again, Asia gets it. They understand. McDonald's serves all-day breakfast, but they stopped serving it at a certain time. I'm confused. I think it's one of my favorite things is that like in New Zealand the way all-day breakfast worked was it was all-day breakfast, like 24-hour breakfast, but the regular menu stopped at 2 a.m. and only started at like 11 a.m. Like it was such a dumb thing, like so all day, and then what they did is they did like all-day Big Macs, so you could have Big Macs in the morning as well. It's like that's not a change. That's just bringing back the whatever. I can be mad all day. But you know what? I'm not going to be all day. My coworker from Bangkok made me sushi for breakfast once, and it was wholesome and great. See, I love that. I think that's delightful. I think they just get it. I think they just understand, like, oh yeah, it's the morning, but we can eat whatever we want because we're adults, you know? In a way we just don't understand here. Like, I actually think that's interesting because, like, generally speaking, we see Asian society as being much more collectivist, much more suppressing of individual freedom for the gain of the group. But I think breakfast is an oppressive concept. I think breakfast is a concept. Oh, we made a mistake somewhere in here. I need to find it and I need to fix it. Yeah, this should be one block further. Okay, we're just gonna place a lot of torches again. It's gonna be a whole nightmare, but that's fine. I really think that our what's the scary dark place? We don't talk about the scary dark place, Tiffany. Who knows what's in there? I don't know, that's for sure. It could be anything. It's scary and it's dark, and we try not to talk about it. I'd eat sushi for every meal if I could, says Peachy086. Oh yeah, the reason I'm losing weight is not because I'm like, oh yeah, I care about my health so much. The reason I'm losing weight is because, like, in the place I'm staying, there's a Mexican place, you know, within 20 minutes. There's an In-N-Out within like 15 minutes. Like, there's, you know, like I'm sure I can Uber eat some sushi for breakfast. I'm gonna be eating good like every day. It's gonna be again. I'm gonna die younger as a result of my experiences, because I live in like a reasonably moderately small size place right now. And it's like, it's very sad. It's very missing compared to where we could be. So okay, there we go. The scary dark place is where McDonald's only serves breakfast in the morning. Oh, so the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. I just don't get it. Why don't we have all day breakfast here? I actually do know the reason. They made more money. Like, more people would order at McDonald's during the day when they have all day breakfast, but far fewer people order breakfast during the far fewer people order breakfast during breakfast, because if you can get breakfast all day, why would you go to McDonald's for breakfast? You know, it just doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make sense. So this is the scary dark place. Do you like it? It's a nice place. There are torches at the end, apparently. I think I did a very good job of this. Should I remove those torches, actually? No, I like having a little light at the end of the tunnel. I like that. That's kind of fun. You're lighting up my day. Scary dark place be there. So there you go. This is my scary dark place. Why does it exist, and what is it? These are questions for someone else. This will be the one dark, loud part of my world, I guess. So now let's go another torch deep in there. Because I don't want to go into it. I want to go, like, right up to the entrance. And then the torches will end. Suspiciously. I actually kind of love it. It's cozy. Yeah, everyone needs to have, a deliberately dark place in their world. If you don't have dark... this is the principle of yin-yang. Like, one of the things one of the principles I still abide by to this day is that we like to believe there's all good and all evil, but the yin-yang symbol literally is like, there is good inside all evil, and there's evil. There's a little bit of good in all of the evil. There's a little bit of evil in all of the good. There's a little bit of light in every darkness. There's a little bit of darkness with every light. It applies to everything. Like, because our brains think in absolutes, but the world doesn't think in absolutes. The world is very much above that. 15 minutes till I can log off work. Who will finish first? Your stream on my job. Man, I've been like almost out of torches this whole stream. It's like getting late. You know, actually, like I said, you know, cool thing about these live streams is that we finish and we've got like a few torches left over. People don't get mad. It's nice. It's a very chill, fun, perhaps you could even say cozy experience. Why would you torture yourself like this is possible? Hey, thank you. I don't know my own name. Hey, I just started watching and I love all of your streams. Please don't stop making videos. I will not stop making videos. Just for you, friend. No, I'm glad you like them. I really am. I'm very glad you like them, in fact. I don't intend to stop. And believe me, I'll try my best not to. But I really appreciate the message. I think it's nice to know that people get some value from them ever. And it's cool that you are one of those people. I hope to provide as much value as I can In the far future from here, eh? Okay, go around the tree and finish it this way. I might start actually using this netherite axe. I think if I get a critical hit, I generally can one-hit kill a spider. I'm gonna test that right now. Let's Aye, look at that. So even though my sword can't one-hit kill a spider, my axe can, which is a significant improvement. Okay, look at this. My axe one-hit kill the spider, but my sword cannot. Even if I get a critical. I don't think that was a critical. But you know what? My point remains. So that's cool. Although actually the fire probably kills the spider in the end. So maybe it can one-hit kill a spider. That's actually, you know what, chat? Is my sword one-hit killing a spider if it sets it on fire and then it dies from the fire? So okay, I was about to use YouTube tomorrow, but I thought Super Chat has been postponed. I always want to say sarcastic stuff like that. Like, you know, but like, it was such a supportive thing, right? You know, it's hard to be mean to people who are supportive to you. Not like I do it all the time anyway, but it doesn't mean it's not hard for me. But I think joking with someone is like a more friendly thing than not joking with them. Like we joke about. I think being able to make jokes with someone is a sign you're friends. You can also like over joke with people, like joke people who aren't your friends and like ruin a thing that way. But that's kind of cool. The dark places where Toycat thinks about losing his subscribers. I'm gonna say it right now. Actually, I'll say it again. I would be excited if 100,000 people unsubscribed to me tomorrow. I would be ecstatic. Anyone who has subscribed who... Oh, we found a zombie villager in the correct colors. He's in like a tiger biome outfit, I think. Is that is right? Okay, the video I've wanted to make a video for months, and I think they finally fixed it. Yes, you do. Case in point, you cyberbullying me. Haha, yes, that is because we are friends. Friendly. I definitely do not hate you. You got it. Good. Very funny. Also, that guy's lying. Please stop making videos. Okay, it's been decided that I'm gonna stop making videos. We're done. It's over. Jake said it. I mean, can we disagree with Jake? We all know money talks. And therefore, I will now stop making videos. I need to include this in something, so chat. Okay, wait. I know this is mildly annoying, but we're gonna do it anyway. Okay, so chat, I'm gonna record a little bit of a video right here. Oh god. Okay, thank God I didn't knock over the .nw again. I need this for a video, so just trust me when I don't say what it is. So okay, here's a video. Here's a video. Webcam off. Start recording on. So I don't know how we found it because we're in a birch forest biome, although it's my own birch forest admittedly. But here is a tiger village zombie. What's it called? Zombie villager. So I don't know how we found it exactly because we're here in a birch forest, admittedly one I made myself, but we found the tiger village zombie dude. The dude who's a zombie who's a villager, but he's from a tiger village. So we're going to take this guy and we're going to bring him back too. Or we're going to dig a hole for him now. And we're going to come back up when it's nighttime again. Oh no, that's also not true. It's also the middle of the night. I thought the night was ending. I'm going to try it one more time. One more time. We can do it. We can do it. No one super chat, I'm Welsh. I'll be mad. Okay. That's how that all started. We found that again. Okay, one more time. One more time. We got this. I'm going to stop recording. Start recording. Okay, so I don't know how we found him here because we're in a birch forest. Admittedly, it's one of my own creation, but it's still very weird. But I found a tiger villager, zombie villager, and we're going to take him, dig a little hole for him, and bring him right back with me. It's actually a little bit of a journey to get him home, but oh, I'm willing to do it for the village. And now we dig a little hole for him, and we're going to come back for that later. Okay, okay, chat. I'm coming back to my live stream now. I'm stopping. I pressed the wrong button. I pressed stop stream instead of stop recording. They're very similar buttons, okay? Okay, I can do this. We're just gonna trick him into the hole. Give him a little nudge, maybe. No, I can do this. I can. Hey! We got there. We got there eventually. So now if we leave him in there and we like cover it with some dirt. Oh, it looks like a grave for a zombie, actually. I mean, it is literally a grave, I guess. Okay, we're good. We did it. And now, we're gonna keep this guy alive, and we're gonna save that. Because I spent 4 hours looking for a zombie villager of a particular type, only to find I couldn't. So, zombie village project, I don't know, like 3 or something. What do I actually call that? Zombie project. What? Yeah, I've got two 2-hour recordings of me looking for zombie villagers. He will despawn after 45 blocks, won't he? Oh no! Okay, do we have to keep him then? Okay, guess who's coming home with me? I guess you're coming home, friend. You wanna come live in my house? You can come live in my house. That's fine. We'll place torches as we bring this guy home. Do 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 do. Placing torches is really hard when there's a villager coming after your heart. I don't know. Okay, there we go. We're good. We're gonna place one over here too, I guess. Yep, that's correct. And then another one over. Okay, this is fine. Everything's great. Everything's going well. Okay, I definitely misplaced that right there. Kill you too. Did you see that? The spider had a weird effect on him when I did that. Maybe the Netherite axe does something weird to spiders. Oh, maybe it's just to show that he had Bane of Arthropods. Name tag him. Nah, we're just gonna start this right now. Screw it. The Temptation super chat, I'm Welsh, when you said not to was very high. Hey, thank you, Gerald K, for not being Welsh. This is the first time I can ever thank someone for not being Welsh. And you better believe that I'm using it on you. So the plan is to get him home as slow as he wants to be about this. Come on, man. We got places to be. Come on, dude. What is wrong with you? How did you even? How did you even? Have you considered doing a hardcore Let's Play? It'd be interesting seeing how you dealt with ensuring your own survival and attempting ridiculously large creations. Yeah, as soon as it comes out for Bedrock, I am doing a hardcore. Like, there's no way I don't do that. Is the simple answer to your question. Like, I am very excited about that idea. Yes. Should we give him a helmet so that I'm not giving him my helmet? I'm worried the sun is going to come up soon though, because the sun is coming up very soon. You know, it's a long walk, but it's fine. He'll make it. We just cover up we cover him up maybe. Oh, we should let him in the lake. That'd have been smart. Smart of us to have done. We got buckets. Okay, so we just gotta throw some bows away, and we're gonna find water somewhere near here. Okay, water. Damn. Okay, over in that cave. We should also just keep him in a cave for now. Oh no, there's water by my house. We should have to make it over there. Come on, zombie. You can make it. Stay under the ridge. Stay under some. No. Don't burn. He's already weakened, so he's gonna burn to death. I can sense it now. Okay, one more little journey. One more little journey through the. Nah, this is over. Over before it began. The water's just over here. Wait, I'll get it. If you can't bring the zombie to the water, bring the water to the zombie, or raw flesh chunks. That was good. That was nice. I wanted to save him, okay? I wanted to save him, but I didn't care that much. I was pretty neutral on that, honestly. Anyway, speaking of things that I'm neutral towards, everyone who's watching this video right now, thank you for choosing to spend your evening with me. If you liked this, then you know, that's cool. I hope you like many things in your day. If you really liked it, then that's real swell, man. And I hope you will enjoy the live stream, because I'll see you all in one that's not this one. I have to my inventory is such a mess. I have to do some stuff with this, and you don't have to be there for that, because that's real nice of me. Actually, wait, you want to be here for this, don't you? You want to see me look around and be like, well, I guess the bow goes in this chest. No, wait, I'm gonna make a bow chest. This is my equipment chest. I'm gonna throw this in the end chest so we can make those. We grabbed some paper to get rid of my gunpowder. Exactly half of that, in fact. Are you enjoying this, chat? Oh, it's so good. I love the way he's doing mundane tasks of just throwing stuff around. Oh, that goes in there. The iron nuggets, I think, go in the ender chest. Yep, that's true. The dirt goes in the specific dirt chest over here. Oh, this is so easy. It's so doable. It's, over here is the redstone chest. Oh, yep, I know that one. Garbage just goes up in here, so these drops nice and simple. And the arrows too, why not? Make ourselves some torches with the charcoal thingamajiggy. We'll throw the gold in here too, why not? And then we finish up with 4 buckets that I don't know why we have. Oh yeah, I really don't know what that's all about. So we'll just clean up the rest of this. Hey, what is this? Actually, I'm just realizing now, what is this shulker box that I have on me? It's got apples, and it's got sticks, and it's got... Where did this come from? I guess I was taking it over to the furnace place. So I guess we take that now. And we'll go over there. Bring a name tag with you for next time you see a tiger villager. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I think... Now that I know where to look for one, though, and now that I know that they can spawn, I'm, like, less... Because I got 2 of them pretty fast, too. So I'm less sad about looking for that. Yeah, sure, having the village you spent 4 hours looking for and you couldn't find Burn Steph didn't bother you a little bit. I think that's a sign that I'm too chill of a human being. Because I genuinely am not bothered. I will be if I think about it. But I'm not thinking about it. I think so many things like overthinking, underthinking, a lot of your issues could be solved if you just didn't. And so my plan today is to just not. I'm just going to not overthink or underthink. I'm going to think the exact right amount. It's going to be real nice. It's going to be good. It's going to be great. And I'm looking forward to it. We're going to throw some logs in here. Throw some in here too. Why not, you know? Throw some loggers in there. Because I think we're coming really close to finishing this goal. And that's going to be great. But for now, I hope you all enjoyed today's whatever this was. We got to 3 hours, I think. Almost. That's cool, right? That's a milestone. If you liked it, then yeah, goodbye. I'm gonna go clean up my desk. Which, by the way, it's not even sticky. It's just dry. I think I have found the solution. Like, even the mask, it looks gross, but it's, you know, we went places and it was good. Thank you for watching. And I'll see you all next time.